4, 3, 2, 1, and we're live! Hello, and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream! My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the one, the only, my best friend, Mr. Justin Thomas James. Oh, hello. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight, bringing you Basilisk, Chapter 2. Oh, that's a good pop sound. That sounds like pulling your penis out of a drain pipe.
Yeah, that's where I was inspired by that.
That's where I heard it the most. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the INVICTUS stream. We run games every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on this channel. And welcome to our humble abode. Have a seat. Grab a corncob pipe. Is that just the standard for pipes, corncob pipes, or is that a specific type of pipe? I don't actually know.
That's the standard. If you don't smoke a corncob pipe these days, then, I mean, get with the times.
That's the standard at which all pipes fall under. If they can aspire to be corncob pipes, then they're, and a button, no. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, INVICTUS stream, welcome. We run games, RPGs, every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. If you're watching us for the first time, which a few of you might be because we've recently been doing some promotion, more on that later, welcome. This is going to be an 18+ show. What does that mean, Justin?
18 plus. So when a man loves a woman, they have sex, and then 18 years later, whatever pops out is allowed to watch this show.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever pops out 18 years later, that's a big baby.
That's how it works, right?
I think so.
For gestation.
That's how, I mean, you know, back in the old days, it was the stork that delivers babies. I think nowadays people are saying Amazon. Oh, your little brother's coming from Amazon. It's going to be so great. It is an 18+ show. There's going to be no words. If you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. You can not watch this video. But before you leave, like the video, subscribe to us on the Facebooks, go to Twitter, follow us at INVICTUS stream, and go to Instagram and follow us at the INVICTUS stream. Those are the social platforms. That's all of them. There are no more on which to dive off of, at least no more important ones. Most important in that lineup, of which I did not say, would be Facebook. On Facebook, we have two different worlds. We have the page where you can go and like it and get all the big major updates. And then there's the group. The group is where all of the people burp and get together and hang out and chat and have such a great time. The group is really sort of like the heart. It's the, I was going to say chocolate fudge on the ice cream, but heart, it's a bit taste.
Chocolate fudge on the heart.
It's salty, a hard chocolate heart. But seriously, the Facebook group is where all the fucking fantasticness happens. It's where we get to share our thoughts and hopes and dreams, and also where we get to hear from you guys about what you're doing during the week and what games you're running and how you look. And oh my god, there were so many great posts this week. First and foremost, this fucking thing has been like killing social media storm, and Joe and I were doing it with each other to like figure out how it works, and it was really hilarious. So Angie was the first person who sent that to me, and she's like, how do you figure this out? And I couldn't really do it, and then I did it, and then she challenged me again, so I shared it. Everyone who participated in that was so amazing. Big round of applause for you guys. So fun. And if you're watching this for the first time, it's this. Can you do that? Justin, show them what they got.
Okay, this, and then this.
There you go. Now you do it. See how easy it is. So a lot of fun. That was the first post. That was a lot of fun because I love seeing everyone's faces and everyone trying to do that. And the fucking, oh my god. Was it Marvin Tanner who had the cutout hand?
Oh,
so good. I think that was Marvin. I don't remember now. But he's like, and then had the hand cut out and like did it up to his face. Hilarious. John Dunbar did one of these things, as did Kellen. So good, guys. Oh my god. Also, John Dunbar is our 1,000th member.
what? John Dunbar.
That's right. Which is so coincidental. And as Justin pointed out to me, why is that the case, Justin?
Well, I think Mike Kyle pointed it out, and I realized it after he pointed it out, that John Dunbar is the name of Kevin Costner's character in Dances with Wolves.
That's right.
And it wouldn't it wouldn't be a big deal if this was any other stream. It would not be a big deal.
No.
And sorry, John, if you get this all the time, but it is a big deal for the Invictus stream because literally, I think 3 or 4 times we have actually been commandeered by someone.
Yeah.
Someone in the group changes the group to the Costner stream, and
absolutely
everything is replaced by faces of Kevin Costner.
It is so freaking amazing. Uh-oh.
Hi.
Hi, Henry.
Who's that?
That's my boy.
Hi.
You want to say hi? Oh, he's like pushing on the door. I gotta let him in. Hey, hold on.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys are gonna melt. Wait till you see this kid.
Oh. Okay. You gonna say hi? Say hi.
Hi, Henry.
Who's
hi.
that? Is it Justin?
Hey,
Uncle Justin?
You remember me?
Say hi.
You remember me? Hi. Bubbles?
Look here. Who's that?
Bubbles?
Say hi. Oh, he can't hear you. Hold on here.
Hi, Henry. Hi.
Who's that?
Bubbles?
He's just so shocked. All right. Give me a kiss. I love you. Thank you. Have fun. Oh no! Oh no! Mom wants to bite you.
Little resistance. Anyway, that's Henry, everybody. Henry is... he's 1.5. 1.5 years old. One day, he's going to be doing streams with us. He's going to be on Blue Team.
Unscripted. Blue. What did you just say? Blue team? Did you not see the glasses? Anyway, yes. So what were we saying? The eye thing. Oh, John Dunbar, Kevin Costner. If it was any other stream, it wouldn't be as important. But this stream, it was the most important because we are pretty much the Costner stream 90% of the time. Yeah. So well done, 1,000th member. I think it's just serendipitous, coincidental. Oh, I should probably do an actual clap.
Oh, and you get XP. You're getting XP.
Just you get just all the XP. Members. Just for being you. Yeah, tons of great stuff. Anyway, when you join the Facebook group, I was trying to say this, you have a chance to win MVP. This week's MVP is not John Dunbar, nor Angie for doing the eye thing, which she should win, but honestly, this week's got to go to the one and only Patrick Cullen, for this amazing GIF on GIF action, which was just hilarious. How long has it been going on now? It's got to be over 100 comments.
Oh, at least 200, I think. Last time I checked was 150 or something.
Oh my God, such a good game. So fun. I was like trying to do it as quickly as possible, like trying to one up, because it's just such a great game. So well done, Patrick. You win some experience points, and Patrick is actually helping me with a little secret project for our next game coming up. So yeah, let's see what's happening.
Intriguing.
I got Henry drool on my chin. Anyway. What's the last thing? Bye. Could you hear him when he was on the door? Hi. Bye. Yeah.
I could hear him at the door, yeah.
Okay, last thing, and probably the most important thing. Ladies and gentlemen, a little while ago we had the chance meeting for a brewery called the Chronicle Brewing Company in Bowmanville here in Ontario. And these guys are freaking awesome. They are... so cool. They're not all guys either. I say guys, we know this. This is just a general term I use. So fucking awesome. And they wanted to work with us on something. They love what we do, and we love what they do, and we just all love each other. It's just all sexy and all that kind of stuff. But they wanted to work with us on a beer. So first and foremost, before we get to the really cool beer that we worked on them with, this was one of the beers that they gave us. This is their English mild called Hero's Handbag. Look how freaking awesome this beer is.
Now, what do you got in there? You got an Invictus mug.
Basically you got a D20 mug. You got like basically the handbag of, what are they called? What's this? What's the D&D term? The endless bag of endlessness?
Oh, it's the oh shoot.
You know what I'm talking about.
Bag of holding.
Bag of holding. Well, there you go. Hero's handbag. Anyway, so they gave us these. Each of the team has one of these, but unfortunately they're not all are watching tonight, or they're not playing tonight. Justin's the only one that's playing, and he can't get this because he's not here. But this is their Hero's Handbag brew. It is like a dark, rich beer, and it's freaking fantastic. And this is their logo. So when we saw this logo and we walked in, we're like, okay, we gotta do something with them. So that was the first step. The second step was talking to them about working on something together. So they said, you know, hey, let's do something, and we came up with an amber wheat ale. And they did a very limited. This is like super. What do you call it? Exclusive? Not exclusive. Like
limited edition.
Limited edition.
Yeah.
Perfect. Limited edition. So they gave us under 100 cans and very limited. And then we went to the patrons, and we said, look, we have a beer coming up. It's an amber wheat ale. What would you call this beer? And all of the patrons and Patreon supporters discussed and threw out a ton of options. And the first one was the best, to be honest, because that first beer, or that first name that Brianna Weber threw out was The Ignorant Farmer, and it was such a fantastic idea for a beer, especially a wheat beer.
Yeah, yeah.
Killed it. So we discussed internally. Don't get me wrong, there were about 10 amazing options, but we knew with the wheat beer and the Ignorant Farmer sort of history of this stream, we knew that this was the one to go for. So we jumped all into bed with that title, and then we went to our very good friend, Mr. Rob Donaldson. Now, Rob has won a few times in the past MVP because he is a fantastic artist and a good friend from Queensland, and he was the one who did a bunch of the sketchings for Chapters of the Undefeated, if you remember watching that. He did a ton of drawings for the stream. He drew Timothy, our Lord and Savior, who the stream has also taken over before. And we went to him and said, okay, we got a beer. It's called The Ignorant Farmer. What can you do? And he, in almost no time, came back with such a fantastic solution. I am proud to show you the can for our beer, The Ignorant Farmer. Check this shit out. Oh.
Oh, man.
That's right. The Invictus stream presents The Ignorant Farmer Amber Wheat Ale, Chronicle Brewing Company in Bowmanville, and Invictus stream together, working together. And here is the sticker. This is just the clear sort of, you can see their address is along the side here. You got the percentage and all that kind of stuff. Rob Donaldson is a fucking hero. Oh, Joe says it's mirrored. Hold on, let me fix this.
Is it mirrored? It's not for me.
See, I asked him that because I was worried it was. How do I fix this thing? Toolbox.
If you put your phone or computer screen,
is this better?
Mirror.
Is this normal now? You guys tell me if this is not mirrored, because it's really important not to be mirrored. Or if it's mirrored now and for some reason Joe's computer is backwards.
'Tis a gift to be mirrored, 'tis a gift to be seen.
Anyway, this is the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So many slaps, so many claps. So, first and foremost. Oh, you just wait. Did I shake it too much? I was kind of all over the place, wasn't I? We have tried this actually. Conveniently, look, I'm going to use my Chronicle Brewing Company glass. Oh. I'm going to try to pour it.
More of an angle.
I'm trying to. It's really confusing trying to do everything at once. I was also trying to get the label in there and the sound. Here. Oh, no, never mind. It's not going to work. It's got way too much head. Look at that. Oh, God. I totally botched it. But look at the color. Look at the fucking color.
That is the right color of a beer. Honestly, if I see a beer that color, it could be made with roadkill. I'll still love it because I love that color.
You think he's joking, but literally I've seen Justin do that. He's been like, this beer's really good, but I'm not crazy about the color. And he was like, just talking about purely the color of the beer, not the taste. He's like, this is the color a beer should be.
That is the color. So
this is it, minus the terrible head. But you know what? I did that purposely so you can see the logo better.
Oh, wow, clever girl.
See? Ladies and gentlemen, there it goes. So, first and foremost, how are you going to get this freaking awesome beer, okay? If you are going to Buffalo Comic-Con, I mean, what's it called? Buffalo Queen City? You let us know, because we are going to have to bring some cans down for any Invictus member that's coming to Buffalo to meet us. That's first and foremost. Secondly, if you're coming to Fan Expo in Toronto this coming weekend, you also let me know because I'm going to make sure you get a can.
you get a can.
And you get a can. Thirdly, and maybe most impressively, we are going to be holding a bit of a contest. That's right. Domestically, does that mean in Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So domestically, we're going to be awarding some of this beer for a contest that's coming up. And we're going to present it this week, and we're going to announce it next game. So that's a week today. If you're watching live. Also, if you are not, we're going to send you some labels if you're interested and you win. Also, you need to get out and do some gaming, because if you're part of the Whippy gamers, or if you're a part of the Toronto area gamers, we're going to be running some events that you can come out and get some beer at as well. So there are many different ways you can get your hands on some of this fantastic beer, and you need to listen up to get some of this shite. Ain't that right? Listen to that boy go brr. And this sounds really funny because it seems like such an obvious thing, but the beer is actually really fucking good too.
Just watch.
Oh.
It's just like product placement.
No, but for real, you know, before we ever walked in there, you know, had I thought about some company working with us like this, you know, it would be great to do that and then be like, but the beer's not very good. These guys are not fucking around. Chronicle Brewing Co., and I'm not just saying that because honestly, I think people out there believe me enough to know that I don't really suck the dick of anybody I don't like. No, but for real, I don't want to promote stuff if it's not good. And honestly, I can say, I mean, we've been mad enough, we've been rude enough to systems that we've played, even knowing the people that are like watching, to hopefully earn the respect of the people when I say, no, this beer is legitimately good. And when Joe and I went last weekend, and Ted, the owner, sort of poured us out 3 shots of each, I can honestly say all 3 were really fucking good, which is so weird because, I don't know, man, I'm not a beer person, but like I went to Get Well downtown. You know that place? That like gamer bar or whatever?
No.
Oh, anyway, it's like one where you play arcades, and I had a sour beer, and it was terrible. It was like really not good, and I was like, ugh. And then the next day, Joe and I went to this place, and I was like, oh, I'll try the sour. And like in my head, I was like, oh man, that sour is really bad. And their sour is fantastic. I bought some. It was so good. So if you are in Ontario, if you are local in any way, shape, or form, check these guys out. They deserve it for so many reasons. If you want some of this beer, listen up, because very soon we're going to be announcing a contest where you can get your hands on some of this. And that is that. Is that
Thank you, Harlan.
You're welcome. I guess it's a long, eh?
That was, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, no, it's pretty long. But no, that's good. It's good. This is exciting stuff that we're talking about here. We're not
I'm really excited about it.
Like the smell of our farts.
Well,
so, well, we'll see.
Well, after this, we'll see.
Smell like an ignorant farmer.
Yeah,
I can't wait to try that. I cannot wait to drink that beer. I do hope that you guys will participate in this sweet contest. I have no idea what it is.
You just wait.
It's a surprise to me too.
Well, you just wait. Anthony Kitch, so about the Long Dark, says Michael. Oh, I know why. Because of that bullshit. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
When I want to call a game the Long Dark. Here's a great example of companies not like Chronicle Brewing Company, where we wanted to... I love video games, and there's a video game I like called The Long Dark, and I was like, oh, I'm going to run an RPG sort of inspired by that. So I wrote it and did all this kind of shit, and I sent them a tweet, and I was like, hey, we're running The Long Dark RPG, come check it out. And they were like, cease and desist. Do not play an RPG. And I was like... okay, like, I'm not making any money off it, like, it's just to promote your title. He's like, yeah, but if we ever want to do an RPG, then you're using our name, and now we can't. I'm like, okay, like, you do you. So I called it The Longest Night, and I remember them being really upset, being like, that's just the same fucking thing. And I remember
really?
Did
they actually react?
Yeah, and I was kind of like, well, what's she gonna do? Like, fucking sue me. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's so I'm not making anything off it. I know. However, shout out to other companies that are awesome and bigger. Red Hook Studios, who makes a game called Darkest Dungeon. When we did, they were awesome about it. So here's a company that's bigger than the people who did Long Dark. And frankly, the Long Dark sucks now because they released a story mode, which is balls. Anyway, the Darkest Dungeon people, Red Hook Studios, when we did Darkest Dungeon, the RPG, we tweeted that shit out. And they were like, awesome, and they retweeted it and shared it. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't fucking buy the Long Dark video game. Go buy Darkest Dungeon, because those people are fucking awesome. So there you go. Yep. See, I just re-earned my credit by bashing some fucking company.
Integrity.
You know what really bums me out too? The Long Dark is a Canadian company. They're like Canadian dudes. They're all Canadian owned and operated and all that kind of shit. But you know what? They're assholes. So.
Well, what'll you do?
Only because we're on this long, and Mike asked, and I have the answer right now. He wants to know if we're doing a 24-hour stream this year. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are. We are participating in Extra Life, the exact same that we did last year. It is going to be just as awesome with way less goals, because I'm still trying to get the postcards out. Sorry, they're coming. But listen, the idea we're having here, because we launched Patreon this year, is we're going to do the 24-hour live stream. It's going to be, the stream itself is going to be just as awesome as last year, but the promotions and all that kind of stuff that we really threw ourselves into last year, we're lessening this year. A, to not annoy you guys, and B, because it's a lot of fucking work for me, and there's a lot of shit going on in my life to do. So we're trying to do an alternate year. This year we're going to keep it real low key. Starting September 1st, we're going to be talking about Extra Life. So it's only 2 months you guys have to hear us asking for money for donations for Children's Miracle Network. And then next year it's going to be a much bigger thing. Again, hoping to still make just as much money this year. 24-hour stream is still an absolute go. I'm really fucking excited for it. So all that is still good. I just want you to know why we're sort of laying low on it. Again, we don't want to abuse you guys and be like, here, this is what we're doing.
Well, I think...
yeah, let's do it. Sorry. Yeah, I am. I'm sorry. I just got really excited. I'm bothered by this. I gotta switch my screen back just to do this, because I've spent so long looking at myself in reverse. It's freaking me out. So, I think that is it. I think I'm ready to step back into Anthony Kitsch. I am ready to play Basilisk Chapter 2. You ready, Justin?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Basilisk.
You're laughing. You didn't know that Sarah was this funny, but as you sit in the back seat of the Honda Civic, you turn towards her and you see something in her smile after the joke that she's just made. You're in the car, and in front of you sits Cole Parker. He's driving, and he keeps on reaching over to turn up the music. And Emily smacks his hand away and turns it back down, and you can hear them playfully bickering in the front. What do you say to Sarah?
Turn it up, man. Hey, Sarah, listen, I find you fucking hot. Like, I know you've been into me.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that I see it, and I think that's okay, and I kind of think you're fucking hot. And Anthony reaches over and like puts his hand on her bare knee, just below her skirt, and sort of starts lifting up her skirt a little bit, like slowly sliding up towards her crotch.
And she gives you a kind of a devilish look and a grin and says, "Wait till we get to the place." And she puts her hand on yours.
All right,
just
okay.
Hold on. And then there's kind of a moment of silence, and Cole is singing away to Tupac. And Sarah looks out and she says, "Wow, Cole, it's pretty misty out there. Can you see?" He says, "Oh, I'm fine." "Wow, seriously, look at all the mist, Anthony. What have you been hiding from yourself?"
And Anthony's looking down, like still sliding his hand up, and he's like, "What? What do you mean?"
Look out! All of a sudden, there's the screeching of tires, and the car swerves, and you hit your head on the back of Cole's chair, and everything goes black. You're surrounded by mist. And there's nothing but mist all around you. The ground is dirt. And there's these strange flat stones with moss on them. You hear something moving in the mist, getting closer with heavy footsteps.
And I pick myself up and I start walking backwards from what is that? Who's there?
You don't hear anyone say anything, but all of a sudden a shadow begins to apparate in the mist, and a figure is getting closer and closer to you.
And I'm frozen to the spot, and I want to turn and move, but I can't. Anthony just stands there frozen.
The shadow gets bigger and bigger until it's consuming your entire vision. But as it gets closer and the footsteps sound like they're right in front of you, the shadow shrinks. It's the form of a person.
And I bend down to look at who it is. Or sort of lean forward, I should say.
And as you lean forward, you start to hear a sound. I'm tired of running around looking for answers to questions that I already know. The mist fades and everything starts to go black. I could build me a castle of memories just to have somewhere to go. You open your eyes. You're lying on the cold, damp earth. You can hear the trickling of the ravine only a couple meters away from you. You're surrounded by trees. You can hear the birds chirping. And you can also hear the sound of a phone speaker playing softly, quietly in your pocket. The days and the nights that it takes to get back in the saddle again.
And I reach in my pocket, wiping like mud off my cheek, and my eyes are sunken and my eyes hurt. And I open my phone, and I see that Clay Pigeons is playing on my phone.
Feed the pigeon some clay, 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 clay. Turn the night
And I
into day.
try to stop it.
Day. And you manage to shut the screen into black. As you reached your hand in your pocket, it occurs to you that you felt something else was in there too.
And am I lying down, you said?
Yeah, you're lying down. You've pushed yourself up a little bit.
I sit up, my head aching next to the ravine, and I feel around in my pocket. I'm holding my phone in my left hand, and I'm feeling around in my pocket, and I stop.
It's
and
another phone.
And I look back at my phone as I pull out the other phone. I swear I threw this away. And I look around me.
The mist has cleared up quite a bit, and it's morning now. As I said, the birds are chirping, and it's a nice day. Why don't you go ahead and do a check? We're playing Chronicles of Darkness here, so the check that you'd be doing would be Wits, Investigation. So you're going to roll 3d10.
And I have... Ooh. Investigation, I only have 2. So I got a 6, a 10, and a 7.
6, a 10, and a 7. Okay, so the 7 actually succeeds. So as you're looking around, trying to clear your head is throbbing. And you can't really remember much of last night, but things are slowly starting to come back to you. And as you kind of look around, trying to shake the the pain from your head, you look at the ground and you see that there are footprints all around you. Big, massive footprints that look like the size of like a human's head, but they are bear footprints. Maybe a Kodiak or a grizzly, completely surrounding you.
I stand up now, brushing like the dry caked mud off my sweater and my pants. I don't understand. And I look down at my phone. Is it like working?
It is working, but the screen has like lines of black across it, and the music was glitching out. It looks like it's suffered some water damage.
I don't understand. I fucking threw this away. Where is Sam? Sam! And I like yell, and my voice sort of echoes over the ravine. And I'm like, oh, no, there was me and Sam, and I start pacing sort of around in a circle, like almost walking around the Kodak bear like things. And I'm like, okay, there was me and Sam, and I look back to where I remember running from, and that black stone hall, and Harpool messaged me, but no, wait. Oh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get home. And I start moving towards the exit of the ravine.
Okay. And you find yourself in the clearing. In the distance, you can see Ben's car lot. It is probably about 7 in the morning. You know that Ben is a late riser. And also in the distance, past the trees, you can see the dormitory.
And I'm walking towards the junkyard now, limping, favoring my once broken leg, and I'm just kind of like, oh fuck. And it almost feels like it's been sprained again, and I kind of limp towards Ben's, and I lean on a rusted car. Oh fuck. And I look towards the dorm, and I look towards Ben's front door of his trailer, and I'm kind of like, fuck. And I go towards his trailer, and I bend over and I flip the stone, leaving it sort of undone, and I grab the key and I turn it and I swing it open and I shut it behind me and lean against the back of the door.
And as soon as you get in, you hear an audiobook blaring. You know that Ben loves to listen to audiobooks, and he's listening to one right now. The unmistakable voice of James Earl Jones fills your ears. Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour.
Ben, can you Ben! And I sort of slide down the back of the door to the floor as my leg is now like tensing. It's like Charlie horsing, and with the broken bones still healing within it, it's just absolute excruciating pain as it's shooting up through me.
James Earl Jones is still talking in the background by the time Ben arrives at the threshold of the door, wiping his eyes and looking at you funny in like an old wife beater and striped shorts. And he looks down at you and says, "Kitch, what the hell are you doing this time of the morning? You don't work today."
Ben, I know. Ben, please, I fell. It really hurt my fucking leg. Do you have any Advil or any pills or anything?
What are you talking about? You hurt your leg, and he walks
Ben,
over.
I hurt my leg, man. I need some help, please.
All right. Waking me up in the wee hours of the morning. Broken leg. What are you running from? The police?
No.
And he goes into like a side linen cabinet and starts reaching up, and some towels fall down. And he says,
and I sort of push myself over to the couch, and I lift myself up, straining my arms to get down. But again, I still have most of my athletic build that I had for my basketball scholarship, and I do it with ease onto it. But every move sends shooting pain through my leg. Oh, fuck. Take your time, Ben.
Yeah, I will. Thanks for the consideration. All right. And he pulls down a white box, and he starts walking over. And he grabs a wooden spoon that's sitting on the counter, and a big, thick wooden spoon, and he walks over to you and says, all right, now why don't you start talking? Tell me exactly how you did this to your damn leg.
I don't know. I woke up in the woods, Ben. I don't fucking know. It just kills. Do you have anything, please?
Yeah. Here you go. And he reaches into the small case, and he hands you a small vial of Tylenol.
And I snatch it greedily, and I unscrew the lid and fall to the floor, and I take out a handful, and I slap it down my throat and take it without water.
Do I gotta be splinting this? He
No.
says, and holds up the spoon.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I can't look at it. Just, can you just... It came on. I was walking. It was fine. It started shooting through my leg, and I'm slowly rolling up my pant leg as I'm doing it. It fucking hurts so bad.
All right. Stop that. Get your hands out of here. And he kind of slaps your hands away, and he pulls up your jean leg in a very quick, swift motion that shoots another pain through you. And he says, oh, whoa, all right. And he starts feeling around where it's hurting. And you can see between his hands the area is a deep black bruise. And he says, okay, all right. Well, it looks like you banged it off of something real hard, but it doesn't look like it's broken. I think you're gonna be okay.
Okay. Just let me, I just need to relax for a minute, please. And I reach over and I try to grab a pillow sort of that's fallen off the couch, and I'm like having trouble trying to reach it.
He kicks it over with his foot.
Thanks, man.
And he's got his hands on his hips, and he kind of paces back and kind of shakes his head, and then shakes his head again and just moves towards the kitchen. And it's in the same room. It's just a trailer. And you hear him briskly opening cabinets and grabbing pots and pans and clanking, and he slams the pot on the stove. And
Ben, if I didn't already have a fucking headache on top of this, man, can you please? Please.
You're in my damn house.
I know. I'm sorry, but I had a really rough fucking night, Ben.
How do you like your eggs?
Cooked.
Damn right you want them cooked. I'm talking scrambled, over easy, what?
I don't know, man. What, Ben, whatever you want. You like them scrambled, I have them scrambled.
What the hell happened last night? He says he goes to the fridge and pulls out the eggs.
And as he's talking to me, and I don't know whether it's my mind getting off of it or maybe the pills are just kicking in really fast, but I start breathing a little easier with my leg up, and just, Ben, I don't know. I went with Sam to this place, this Blackstone Hall on the other side of the ravine, about, I don't know, a 20-minute walk.
Blackstone Hall? That place burned down, what was it, 10 years ago?
Yeah, no, it was, but it's not anymore. It's like a real estate office or something. Someone messaged me. They wanted to meet up. They said I don't know, it was just some sort of anonymous thing, and I went, and it just scared the fuck out of me. It scared the shit out of me, Ben. And I got out of there with Sam, and Anthony looks out the window for a second, almost like debating whether to burden Ben or whether Ben would think he's crazy, and he sort of looks back to him. He says, you ever have a thought that you thought was so clear, and then you wake up and it might have been a dream?
Well, that right there, what you're talking about, is dementia. Now, I gotta be worried about that. That's
It's
why
not dementia. Oh, fuck, Ben. It's not dementia. You son of a bitch. It's like I'm saying, you ever wake up and think you did something, like you maybe you cooked eggs, and then all of a sudden you wake up again and you haven't even started breakfast? You ever have something like that?
I think you should see a doctor.
I don't need a doctor. I got a fucking therapist for that. Sorry, I'm swearing so much.
Well, you can swear around me.
I know, but I'm trying to get off it. Sam doesn't like. Not that I'm trying to swear less.
All right. Well, it's not gonna get you into heaven.
Fuck. And I go down on my phone and I pull out Sam's and I look at hers. Is the screen cracked at all?
Yeah, the screen is definitely cracked.
Is there anything on my phone I can decipher? Anything on the background? Anything I can sort of interact with?
It looks like all calling features are shut off, but strangely enough, it looks like your Messenger app still works, like Facebook Messenger.
Okay. So I log on to it. Do I have any messages?
Nope. Oh, actually, yes, you do. You've got a stream of messages from Harpal, and it goes up. You have to scroll up to see all of it, but it says, "Just got out of the movie. How did things go?" You're not answering your phone, dude. I tried texting you. Is everything all right? Shit, man, should I call the cops? Are you okay?
And I look at the time of when he said I just got out of the movie.
It should be around. It's the regular length. I think he went in at 7 o'clock, so it should be around
9ish, 9:30.
10 o'clock with a intermission.
And I look. Is there a previous message before that from him?
No.
I sort of shake my head at it, and I lock it, and I put it down on my lap, and I say, I swear he messaged me. I swear it said, "Where are you?"
As you're thinking back, you remember that came as a text.
Yeah. How the fuck did that happen? And I'm like muttering to myself as Ben's like slapping more dishes around. Do you want some fucking help, Ben? Do you know how to cook eggs? Or do you have to make a racket with it?
Do I know how to cook eggs? I'm in my 70s. I've cooked my fair share of eggs before. And he slaps a bunch into a bowl, and he walks over to you, hands you a bowl. Sorry, we're out of forks. And he hands you a spoon.
And he like shoves it and thank you. And I eat it. And I'm like chewing as Ben sits down in his like favorite recliner. I don't know. Ben, I had this weird feeling last night. I know you don't know technology or anything like that, but I got a message from my friend when he couldn't have been messaging me, and then I mean, why am I explaining this to you? You don't know.
Well, sometimes it helps to just talk things out, even if you know the person listening doesn't understand.
That's some sage advice there, old man. All right. Yeah, I mean, after I left this place with Sam, I remember throwing this phone and this phone off into the distance. I chucked them as far as I fucking could. Before I chucked them, I got a message from Harpal, my friend, and he was supposed to be watching a movie at the time, but he messaged me like mid-movie, and he said, "Where are you?" Which made me feel really uneasy. Now he's messaged me, and he said he just got out of the movie, like the original message never came. And after I threw the phones, I told Sam to go her own way, and then I headed to the ravine. Oh shit, Sam! And I tried to sit up right away. Oh fuck!
Whoa! Watch it!
I need to borrow your phone. Can you hand me the old phone?
I just reclined.
Ben, this is fucking important, man. Please.
Well, it sounds to me like your friend just wanted to know where you were at, and he pushes himself up reluctantly and starts making his way over to the phone. That's what friends do. They message one another. They don't show up in the middle of the goddamn morning.
Okay, relax.
Busting your door down.
All right, I use the key, and I take the phone from.
He shoves it in the with a clang.
The old rotary phone. I pick it up and I think for a second. I'm like, God, fuck, what the hell is her? And I do 411.
If you would like to call someone, press 1.
Personal, Corden.
I've never called 411, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like you do, like it's like a directory. Anyway, I use I ask for personal directory, I ask for Corden, and I get their number, and I say, can you connect me? And I call their house phone.
And it rings, and then a man's voice answers. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Corden. This is, and I think for a second, Sarah, and I think for a second, and Sarah was the girl that died in the car accident.
Yeah. And
Sam is her sister, and I know the family has still never really forgiven me for that. So I sort of play dumb. I say, sorry, this is a friend of your daughter, Sam's. I just wanted to make sure she got home safe last night.
You were spending time with my daughter last night?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
She got home safe?
She's here.
Okay.
Do you want to speak with her?
Please.
Sam? There's someone here on the phone for you. Yes, I know it's 7 in the morning, but there's someone wanting to talk to you. And then there's, a moment later, you hear some footsteps and then shuffle as the phone is passed. And then you can overhear in the background, "You lied to me about last night. We're gonna have a talk later."
Fuck.
Yeah, hello?
Hey,
hello?
sorry. Hey, it's me.
Oh, Anthony.
I'm sorry. Listen, I didn't know what to do. I have your phone, obviously. I had to...
What do you mean?
I had to make sure that you were okay. I had to make sure you were safe. Something happened to me last night.
You said you have my phone? I thought you threw it.
Yeah, listen. And I sort of turn away from Ben. Listen, I went through the woods last night. I went running, and I passed out, and I woke up this morning still in the woods next to the ravine, and I had both of our phones on me, and my leg was really fucked up.
The line is silent for a bit. And then you can hear a door slowly creak shut. And then she's in a hushed tone. Wait, so you got the phones afterwards?
No, I woke up with them in my pocket.
But how did they end up in your pocket if you didn't go and get them?
I don't know. There's something else. There's something stranger about it too. And I look over at Ben. Is he like listening?
He's reclining, and actually no, he's actually gone up and he's gone into his bedroom, and you can hear James Earl Jones's voice click off.
I woke up and there was like bear tracks all around me, like some creature. And I remember before I passed out, I remember exiting the ravine, but I woke up next to it and there were tracks all around me. I remember there was something in the woods, in the mist. I don't know, Sam. I'm kind of freaking out right now. I think.
Okay, all right, it's okay. Stay calm.
Yeah.
First off, let me say thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. No, seriously, I was freaked out last night too.
Of course I'd call. Of course. Listen. Okay, why don't just...
I don't know.
I need to get my thoughts together. Why don't you meet me at Porter's Diner at, say, 9, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'll meet you there for breakfast.
Okay.
All right. And,
yeah.
I guess don't go into the woods.
Yeah, that's an understatement. And I click the phone down, and my leg's feeling a lot better now, and I sort of stand up, and I limped over to Ben's bedroom, and I sort of lean in the doorway.
And he's leaning against the dresser, and he's just scooping some eggs into his mouth.
I appreciate the privacy there.
Oh. Yeah. Well, anything? You gonna go see a doctor?
Yeah, in a bit. Listen, I'm going to tell you what happened to me last night. I don't really know what to make of it, but I want you to know, Ben, I trust you. You gave me a shot when no one else really did. You gave me a job when I could barely stand sometimes, and I want you to know that I didn't come here to be a burden. I came here because I trust you, and that means I'm trusting you with what I'm about to say, even as hard as it might hear for your old, crusty, hairy ears to hear.
And he doesn't laugh at the joke. His mien changes to something that looks very fatherly, and he says, "You in trouble, boy?"
No. Well, I don't. Maybe. I went to Blackstone Hall, like I said, and there was this group of people that made me feel really uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, cult sounds stupid, but there was some sort of group, and they just... I left, and like I said, I tossed my phones. Me and Sam went our own way, and I went in the ravine. But when I was going through the ravine, there was this mist. You know how the mist can get sometimes, but it was so thick, and I could hear something moving in it, something big, like a bear. I remember running, and I remember getting out of the ravine. I remember seeing your trailer, but when I woke up this morning, I was back in the woods with tracks all around me, big, massive bear tracks, deep in the mud, and I had both phones that I knew I threw away, far away, in my pocket. My leg was fucked, and my hat was gone, and Listen, Ben, I never told anyone this, but you know the night of the accident?
Mm-hmm.
It was misty. It was really, really thick. And for the first time, it felt like that last night. And Cole, the kid driving the car, he said that he remembered seeing like a creature in the mist. And I wasn't paying attention. I was looking somewhere else at the time. But I don't know, man. It feels awfully similar to that night.
There have been reports of bear attacks happening in the area lately. Unseasonable attacks. You heard about those joggers?
Yeah, no, I did. This just feels different. I mean, why the phones? You know, how the hell did I get this back? If it was a bear attack, why the...
Oh, yeah, that doesn't explain the phones, you're right. Here, go back out, finish your eggs. I'll be back. I'll be out in a second.
Yeah, and I turn around and I start walking around the room, and then I stop and turn around and I say, Ben, you remember how you told me about that guy you used to know, Kevin, whatever his name, the guy who ended up being like that sicko, the guy who went away, killed a bunch of people. Remember how the first time you told me that you met him, you just got a gut feeling like something was wrong?
Yeah.
I think I got that.
I'll be honest with you, Kitch. I got that right now too. Just hold up. Just wait a second. Let me put some pants on, and we can talk about this. All right?
And I turn around and I nod and I head back out to his living room. And as I sort of enter, I push aside some newspapers and I put my bowl in the sink and I start rinsing it. And as I do, I look out his little trailer window to the junkyard and sort of just study the horizon with my eyes for a moment.
Yeah. And the sun is coming up more. I mean, it's a nice dawn coloring, I guess. I love the morning. I love waking up.
So beautiful.
Yeah,
nice and orange.
Colors. Yeah, so that's what it is right now. It's actually a beautiful day out. The mist is clearing up. Even the junkyard looks kind of nice and welcoming. And it's a couple moments later that you hear Ben shuffling out from the room, and he's wearing some pants that are way too big for him, but they're held together by a over-tightened belt. And is wearing just a t-shirt, and he's holding a shoebox, and he nods to the little flap down table where you've left your empty bowl of eggs, and he places this shoebox down on the table, and he gestures to it.
And I turn around.
Sits down on one of the stools.
I turn around with my back against the sink, sort of not approaching it, keeping my distance, almost like it's dangerous. What's that?
And he sighs and leans forward and he grabs the box lid and he opens it and he pulls out a black revolver.
Jesus, Ben.
Like you said, sometimes you just have a feeling. And I have a feeling that you should have this.
And Anthony looks away for a second. And he sort of studies the pictures on Ben's wall of him, you know, in his youth, looking so much younger and smiling and happy. And some school photos and the photo of Ben's wife, who's passed away 10 years ago, and his eyes drift back over the table, and Ben's face, which is painted with sort of that same fatherly expression, concerned and caring, and his eyes, rather than being sort of sharp, are sort of doughy and sad and almost tearful. And Anthony breathes deep. You know, Ben, any other time and I probably would think you crazy, and I tell you to put that thing away. And I lean forward and I take a few pained steps towards him, and I reach out and I pick up the revolver, and it sits heavy in my hand. But I think maybe you're right.
Now, we ain't in West Philadelphia anymore. You can't just go around holding a gun here in Kelowna. All right, so the police find you, make sure it's well hidden.
No, of course. And I sort of look on my person, and I'm like, I'll go home and I'll find a way to
nah, I think I got something. He starts opening drawers, and he finds like a shoulder holster. You can put that on under your shirt.
Yeah, you know what? It's good. I'll keep I'll keep this hoodie on. It's kind of baggy anyway.
Yeah.
Hey,
but I hope you don't have to use it.
You and me both. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, for a crotchety old fuck, you're. Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Be safe, boy.
Yeah, and hey, keep that phone on the hook. I'll give you a call if anything comes up and when I'm safe.
Yeah. Damn right, I'll be keeping it on the hook. I expect a call from Diana soon.
Oh yeah, right.
So you better get out of here, because you don't want to be in on that conversation, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I know. You already put your pants on. You ready to take them back off?
Might just be.
Oh God, Ben. Thank you. And Anthony leaves for the door, and he sort of leans in the doorway and opens it and turns back and says, "Sincerely, thanks."
God be with you.
Yeah. And I exit out into the sun, and I begin heading towards the dorms, feeling a lot better and sort of walking in an odd way, with sort of trying to keep this gun under wraps and sort of get comfortable with it. Mm-hmm. And I approach my dorm. Okay.
So you make it back to the dorm, and it's actually bustling with activity. There's people going out mostly, and you make your way. You're on the second floor, right?
Yeah.
So you make your way up the stairs, and you get to the hallway, and you are fumbling with your keys, and you look up, and you see another student right in front of your door, and he's got a pad of yellow paper, sticky notes, and he's writing on it, and he hasn't noticed you. And then he flicks off the piece of paper, he sticks it on the door, and you can see there are like 3 other sticky notes there. And you recognize this as... Oh shoot, I wish I had his name right here. What's his name? Is it Alex? Mark.
It's okay.
It's Mark.
Oh.
And he turns and kind of notices you there. Oh, hey, Anthony. How's it going? I was just leaving you. I made some spaghetti last night. I don't know if you wanted some, but I've got some in my dorm. Are you all right? I haven't seen you at all lately. Did you get my note about the casserole too?
Oh, yeah. Listen, that's my bad. I must have misplaced it when I came home last night.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay.
For sure.
I've still got some leftovers though. If you prefer casserole over spaghetti.
No, you know what?
My mom's recipe. She like always instilled that we should learn how to cook, especially if we're going to be living by ourselves in the dorm.
Totally.
So,
gotta take care of yourself
because I make so much, you know.
No, for sure, and I totally get that, Mark. And I think that's great. It's good to make food. Listen, I gotta.
There's basil. Oh, sorry.
No, I don't. I'm not. I'm probably.
Go ahead.
I haven't had it. No, I will. I'm gonna. And I just kind of squeeze past.
Sorry, I interrupted you though. Sorry.
No, not at all. You didn't. That's fine. It's totally fine.
Okay.
I get it. Listen, this is the time for making friends. And I open my door, sort of like squeezing past.
So what are you doing today?
Oh no, I'm just stuff. Homework probably. I think I got homework to do.
Well, I mean, if you don't have anything, I've got the day off today.
And I'm like slowly shutting the door as I'm talking. I'm
the church is having a meet and greet session. So that was kind of why I left a note about the casserole.
No, of course,
If you wanted to come.
As he's talking, I'm reaching out and I'm like peeling the note off the door and I'm bringing it in. I'm like, I appreciate the casserole offer.
I guess you got to go. Okay, well.
I just want to talk to you, Mark. It's very nice. We'll catch up. Hey, you know what we should do? We should hang out. And I'm continually shutting the door.
And as soon as you say that, his face lights up. He's like, "That's a great idea. Yes, we should hang out." Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll leave a note on my door. And,
let's just make it. We'll make a date right now. When are you? Pick a date.
Sunday. Right after church.
Can't Sunday. Busy Sunday. Next one.
Okay. All right. Monday.
Monday. Can't do Monday.
Okay.
Suck Monday. But you know what?
Tuesday,
it's okay. Monday. It'll be either Sunday or Monday. It'll be one of those two. Gotta go. And I shut the door. And I slide the lock and I just wait.
And it's like an awkward amount of time that goes by before you finally hear his footsteps walk away from the door. And you actually hear him go, "Great," as he walks away.
Mark. And I sort of turn around and I'm like, sigh. And I take the sticky note and I put it on the large pile of sticky notes with all the different various foods and notes that he's left me over the past month. And I look around my apartment. And I'm going to do a observation roll. Investigation, I should say.
Okay, perfect.
Just to see if anything...
Just on the general room? Or
yeah, I want to see if anything's changed.
I'll tell you right off the bat, I mean, it looks the same.
Okay, perfect.
Exactly, it is. Like, even the unfinished dishes in the Tupperware from your lunch the other day is still in the sink. It doesn't look like anything valuable is missing. Your computer is still on.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess the monitor just went into sleep, but you can see the light still glowing.
I think Anthony still has, like, a feeling of uneasiness. There's so much unexplained, and he left the scenario at Blackstone Hall with such a overwhelming sense of lack of privacy in a way that he's really suspect to anything. So even though it feels the same as I walk through, I'm sort of eyeing things, just sort of making sure they haven't changed. And I head towards my computer.
Your computer waits for you, and it does look like everything is pretty much the same in your apartment.
And I sit down at my computer chair and I go to open my email. Okay,
you have a couple emails. One of them is from an author subscriber list that you'd subscribed to, and one of them is from one of them's from your parents, actually. And it's just like a friendly email like, "Hey Anthony, we miss you here. We hope you're doing well. We know you are. We can't wait to see you this summer. Your dad wants to make plans to fly out and drive back together. But if that's too much, I understand it. Anyways, love you. And have a good day, sweetie. Mom."
And I sort of ignore it, and I go to new to compose an email.
Oh, and you do actually have another email. The third one is from Sophia Carnap.
That's who I was going to email.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And it says, "Anthony, I tried calling again last night, but I didn't get through. I hope everything is okay. Call me as soon as you can. We needed to talk about last night."
And I go to the bottom of her email, and in her signature, she has like a Skype link and a phone link, and I click on the Skype link.
Yep. And it starts ringing. Hello?
Hi, Professor Carnop.
Anthony. And you see her face fill the camera, and she says, I'm sorry, I'm just about to start my 8 o'clock class. Are you, we do need to meet, though. You're okay, though, right?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm a little bit, I don't know, I'm a little bit confused and a bit freaked out.
I understand. You're safe, you're fine. I mean, I wasn't overly worried, but I don't know, it just, for a number of reasons, I thought that you should get out of there.
No, I think I'd like to talk about a few things. What time is your first class done, if that's okay?
Office hours are open at 1 o'clock, but I could meet you at noon if you want.
I could probably just come by after your class, if that's okay. I can meet you outside it.
Yeah, okay. There are a few things I want to talk about, so, okay, yeah, I'll see you at 11:30.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I hang up on the call and I lean back. Fuck. And I look at my, well, who has a watch nowadays? I look at my computer clock and I'm like, oh, 8 o'clock, as she said. And I hop up and I shower and I change and I head to Porter's to meet Sam for breakfast.
Perfect. For a Friday morning, Porter's is actually a little bit busier than you expect. And you are standing at the front, unsure whether or not you arrived first, and just as the waitress comes to greet you, you see Sam in the back, waving.
Yeah, and I sort of nervously walk over, and I'm still sort of awkwardly carrying my gun. It's like under my armpit, and I'm like just sort of a bit weird. And I walk over to her, and I slide a menu off of a side table and bring my own cutlery from another table, as I've done 100 times at Porter's. Porter's is sort of the diner for a combination of locals and university hipsters. It's a very classic round-edged diner. It's sort of a long, almost bus shape, but it's very big. It has a center counter where people can sit at, and sort of the waitress walks back and forth, and the grill is classically behind that, and the booths line the front window, and it's sort of bathed in these big round windows that let the street view come in, and it's a pretty bright sunny day as I put the cutlery down and I sit down across from Sam. Hey.
Hey. You okay?
Yeah. Are you okay?
Walking with a bit of a limp.
Yeah, I don't know what, and I kind of look up as the waitress comes over.
Hey there, welcome to Porter's. I don't know why I have a Texas accent, but I do. Welcome. What can I get you? Anything to drink?
Yeah, can I get orange juice and a coffee?
Yes, you can. And for you, ma'am? Oh, I'll just have a water, please. Orange juice, coffee, and a water. Be right there.
Thanks. Yeah, listen, last night really freaked me out, and I don't know if I told you this, but did I tell you Harpole texted me when we left Blackstone?
Yeah, you did. Have you spoken with him yet?
No, not yet. I'm kind of nervous about it. Like, the thing is, I checked my phone today, and I was looking at it, and he had messaged me on Facebook Messenger, but not until he left the movie. So whoever texted me last night, I don't think it was Harpole, but somehow had his number.
Well, he knew about where you were going. He knew where you were going to the meeting. Well, I think you should speak to him. I don't know. It is weird for sure, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's something else.
What?
The bear.
Yeah, those prints.
Yeah, but I don't know. Something about it sits off with me. I'm not convinced it was a bear. I'm not even convinced that. You remember what you told me last night in the back of the Uber?
About
Laura.
You didn't want to know about. Yeah.
I think maybe I'm ready to hear part of what you had to say. What did Laura tell you again?
Well, and you can see her get a little excited. Yeah, okay. Laura told me that her dad, who's the sergeant, he said that one of the lieutenants who was in charge of that case didn't file the report properly, and they basically had to make a story that their the accident was caused by an animal, but there wasn't a. And she stops as the waitress comes back and puts the coffee and orange juice in front of you and water. And are you going to be getting any food today for breakfast? Our special is a ham and...
You know what? I'm just going to have the Belgian waffles. Yeah.
Belgian waffles. All right. And for you, ma'am, do you want to hear about that special? Oh, no, thanks. I'll just have some scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs. Would you like toast with that? Yes, toast would be great. Okay, ma'am. All right.
Sorry, we've been. It's been a long night. We've been studying. It's the finals and stuff.
I'll be right back with your food. There wasn't an animal there. Is long story short. So okay. I think that's weird. I think that we should look into this.
Okay. But listen. Cole said he saw an animal.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying. Oh, fuck. The night that it all happened.
Yeah.
Your sister, she noticed that there was like a really thick mist, and it was very similar to what I saw last night in the woods. And something between the mist and an animal that Cole says, and the mist that I saw last night and the animal that I knew was in that mist, make me feel really uncomfortable about this.
Well, have you talked to Cole about it?
No, I haven't talked to Cole since just after the accident, pretty much. That's like almost over a year ago.
Well, maybe that's where we start. We get a hold of Cole, and we ask him what exactly he saw.
I wouldn't even know where he is now. I have no reason to...
Well, he's probably still at Okanagan, isn't he?
Probably, yeah.
I don't think he would have dropped out. He wasn't injured.
No, he wouldn't have. Knowing him, he probably uses it to fucking boost his pull with the ladies.
Stop that. Stop.
What?
You don't need to bash him while he's not here, okay? You guys went through a really bad thing together.
Yeah, but you know what? He was the only one that walked out without anything. And you know, yeah, I dropped the ball on keeping in touch. I'll admit that. But I mean, I was the one that was broken and battered. God, fuck, even Emily. I don't even think he stayed in touch with her. He must. Well, maybe
you don't have to tell me about what people lost in that accident.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
I'm just saying that I think that Cole would be a good place to start to find out more about this. I don't think I could talk to the police about this. But maybe you can. I don't know.
No, not yet. Not the police. Not yet. Okay, you're right. Let's talk to Cole. I think I might know a way of how to find him. It's not really pleasant.
What is it?
Or anything like that. No, it's not. No, I know he. This sounds creepy. I'm not the kind of guy to stalk. Well, I know how to hack phones and stuff. I could probably... Well, I'm not saying that like I don't.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know why you feel like you need to hack his phone to find out where he is, but if you think that that's...
Well, okay, I'm not saying I could hack his phone. I'm saying I could, you know, look at his, like, Facebook, see where he's last checked in. I don't have him as a friend on anything. Look, if you're willing to find another solution, then just let me know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll leave it to you because you know Cole, and you just find out what information you can. Okay.
No, you're right. And look, I don't even want to touch that shit right now. Maybe I could just phone his parents or something, or fuck, maybe Emily. I
don't know if Emily's gonna be able to say much.
You don't have a spare phone, do you? Both these are shot to shit.
It just so happens. And she pulls out an old Nokia brick. This is my spare.
It'll do.
You can use it if you want, though.
No, I was thinking something with internet on it, not that.
Oh, well. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. Listen, that's good. Can you give me the number? And I pull out a pen and I hand her my hand to sort of write down the number on it.
Oh, yeah, here. And she writes it down.
And for a moment, as she's like writing the numbers on my hand, I'm like looking around and she's really focusing on it. I sort of look at her in her blonde hair and, you know, sort of feel a bit of that attraction. You know, this is somebody that I've really cared about for a long time now, and I sort of shake my head and read the number. I'm like, okay, look, you have my waffles on. Let me run home and check this, and I think I can find out where he is.
What did you say about your waffles?
Well, you just eat them, because I need to get this off my chest now.
You're not gonna stay?
Well, I'll be back. And I look around, and across the street, like up a short set of steps, like almost I look past it at first, is the public library, because it's the local library, not the university or the college library that either of us has spent so much time at. And I sort of glance at it and then back down. I need a computer. Actually, you know what? Give me 15 minutes. And I step up as I sort of walk past the waitress who's like at the diner, and she sort of looks at me as I walk out, and I skip across the street, you know, holding a hand out to cars, and I enter the public library.
Perfect.
And sorry, go ahead.
Nope, perfect.
Yeah,
you went to the library. It's like a modern, lots of glass library, just one main floor, and then another big floor above.
And from, you know, Sam's perspective, she's sort of just looking around the diner, and maybe 10 minutes pass, and as the plates of food get set down, I'm walking out of the library with a piece of paper that I'm folding sort of into my pocket. And I walk across the same way, and I sit down sort of with a bit of a smile on, and I say, you know, a year and a half ago, I would not have had the confidence to do what I just did.
What did you do?
No, I pull out the piece of paper and I slide it across, and it sort of folds open, and there's like a GPS tracker there. I'm like, that's the location of his phone over the last few hours, and guessing on that he's still at school. Maybe that's even his dorm room. And there's sort of two main lines. There's like one to a dorm room area and one to the school, and that's about it for the last like 6 hours. I'm just saying, it's one of those skills that until you actually flex the muscle, you never realize what you have. I'm just.
That's amazing. So are you just gonna go talk to him?
And I start diving into the waffles. I thought you were gonna come with me.
Yeah, I can.
Look, Sam, I get it, but honestly, I'm not really cool with Cole right now. I have a lot of unresolved anger issues, and if you're not there, I don't know what I'm going to say to him, and we need information from him. I know it sounds like I'm a beast, right, but I need to have someone there to maybe keep me calm.
Hey, I'll come. All right, let's finish our food and let's go to college.
Thanks. And I dive into the waffles again. I'm like, these waffles are like the best. This is what they're known for, you know.
Oh, well, you know, I'm trying that whole gluten-free thing.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Okanagan College is, it's a state-of-the-art college. Much newer than Kelowna Polytechnic. The building is modern, not unlike the library that you were just in. Lots of glass, lots of interesting art, and the GPS coordinates lead to a lecture hall that is. You look inside the window and you see a professor at the front talking about human anatomy.
And I sort of look in the window and I lean back. Should we wait?
I don't know how long it's going to take. And someone passes by, and she says, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
could you? Oh, this is to Sam says this to the person passing by.
Oh,
how long is this class in? And the person says, "Oh, I think it'll be on until 11."
Oh, fuck. All right, just let me see if I can pull him out of there. And I like stop at the door, and I'm like,
"Good luck."
Oh, fuck. And I like take a breath, and I open the door to like this lecture.
And as you can see,
it's like my worst nightmare.
The trapezius follows back along here, and
I start walking up the side.
Take a seat. It's okay. You're late.
Yeah.
There's about 300 people in this class, and everybody's head turns towards you.
Yeah, and I'm like really awkwardly walking up the steps as I'm like frantically searching the faces to see if I can recognize Cole.
And you do actually.
I was gonna roll.
Okay, roll for it, because there's a lot of people in here.
I was gonna say investigation.
Wits, yes, investigation.
So 3, right? Yeah.
3.
What do I need again?
Just got 1. 9, 8, 9, or
7. I got 7.
A 7 is not quite enough. So you don't see anybody as you're scanning there.
I awkwardly walk all the way up to the top, and I'm standing at the back, and I'm just waiting. Is there any head still looking at me?
Yeah, and the prof is like, "Are you gonna sit down?"
And and you can hear the creak of the chairs as like the whole hall is silent, and this is like. Again, this is like this is real life Harlan's biggest fear about being this disturbing to like disturb people so much.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, sorry, I'm looking to speak with Cole. Is Cole here?
There's like a Cole here? A Cole, and you can hear some chuckling. You can tell that the teacher's kind of taking advantage of the humor of the situation. We're looking for a Cole. A Cole does this Cole have a last name, or is he like Cher? More giggling.
Yes, it's Cole Parker.
And mid-sentence, you see Cole stand up, and his face is completely expressionless, stoic. Yeah, and he kind of gives you like a what the fuck sort of look.
And I sort of look at him with the same sort of stoic expression, and I like point to the door, and I start heading towards it.
Cole, this gentleman would like to speak with you. Would you kindly leave the classroom so I could finish this lecture? Yes, sir. And Cole begins pushing past, and you can hear some more chuckling as Cole leaves. And the door opens again as you're standing with Sam, and Cole gets outside. And he walks up to you very close, and he says, "What the hell are you doing here?"
Hey, back the fuck off. And I step back from him.
Shit, like, man, kind of the middle of my class. Couldn't you have messaged me on Facebook or something like that?
Listen, I don't have you on Facebook, in case you didn't notice.
What do you want?
Just
who the hell is this?
You know what? Don't fucking talk to us like that.
Hey, Anthony, calm down. My name's Sam. I'm Sarah's sister. And
yeah, you remember Sarah, Cole? Do you remember Sarah?
His face does lighten a little bit at her words, but then when you speak, he says, "Of course I fucking remember Sarah. How could I forget?" Okay, what do you guys want? We want to talk about it? Are we gonna sit down and talk about our feelings? What do you want?
Stop being such a fucking prick for one fucking second, okay?
I'm not trying to be a prick. I'm wondering what's going on. And Sam steps in between the two of you and gives you a look like, who rejects? We just are looking for more information about the accident. What more information is there?
Cole, we
heard that from Lord.
Hold on, Sam. Just wait. Cole, go. Can you grab your bag, and can we grab some lunch for a second? This is important. If we were ever friends, just do me a favor. Grab your bag, and let's just go somewhere we can talk for a minute, okay?
I'm gonna have you do a roll.
Yes, please.
So this is going to be manipulation.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of weird the way they've got it. Manipulation is like...
what about empathy?
Empathy as the skill
it's social.
itself.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
Manipulation. So can I roll empathy as the skill?
Yep.
So that's 5. Nice. Yep. I didn't even do that purposely, but that works. Ooh, a 9. Nice.
Nice. Perfect. So you can tell he's reluctant, and he looks back at the classroom kind of longingly, and he says, "My bag's in there. Let's just go."
You don't need your bag? Just okay, fine. And I turn around and I start limping towards the end of the hall, and we take sort of a left, and this is the campus I used to go to, and I know a pretty quiet table where people eat outside, and since we're before lunch, it's going to be extra quiet. So Perfect. We make a sharp corner out into the yard, the courtyard rather, and I sit at the table that just a few tables down from where Cole and I used to sit a few years ago.
All right, and he sits down kind of like a teenager with an attitude, sort of just like, all right, so you want to talk about the accident. You want to tell me about something that happened. And Sam kind of looks to you now, Anthony.
Coleman, like, just drop whatever this is, okay? Let's just talk real for a second, okay? I don't blame you for never reaching out after the accident. I get it. Maybe it was tough for you, but right now, the way you're acting like this is a burden to you to talk about this. I mean, this is Sarah's fucking sister, okay? Just be that shred of you that's in there. Just lean on that for a minute, okay?
We're talking real now?
Yeah, we're talking real.
All right. Well, you say that I didn't reach out. What about you? How come you didn't reach out to me? You know how guilty I felt? I felt so bad for what I did. I still feel bad. I still can't sleep. I have nightmares, man.
So then why the fuck was I the one supposed to reach out? Why? If you felt that way, how was I supposed to know? Listen, Cole, Emily went into a fucking coma. Sarah died. I broke half my goddamn body.
Yeah, she went into a fucking coma. Have you been to visit her once? Just once. You know I go there every single day. Before class, after class. I haven't seen you there one time. It's just across the damn street, the hospital, that you could go and see her. But no, you don't take one damn day to visit this mutual friend of ours. Not once.
You know what? Fair enough. You're right. I think, you know, my way of getting through this was to focus on me. And you're right. And when I focused on me, I let a lot of things slide. Emily was one of them for sure. But you were the one that got everything. You're the one that got to walk away and go back to school and play ball like you always did. You were the one that got to live their life the same way they always had.
You don't think I feel bad about that? And I mean, you hurt your leg. I'm sorry that happened. I thought I was there for you at the beginning. I came to visit you in the hospital, but...
In the hospital, Cole. Look,
Man... All right. So, is this enough real talk for you? I mean, I'm sorry. I'll try to be a better friend. I'll try to talk to you more. I really could use your help. Just going to see Emily, because I think she remembers things, man. I think she could remember if she just like, if she had more to remember, more stimulation or something.
Yeah, Cole. Listen, you're right, and I was wrong on this, on Emily. I dropped it, and I don't want to be like that. I know how it feels. I don't want to be good. Anyway, sorry, Sam.
That's okay.
Listen,
so,
yeah, we got something to talk to you about. It's a bit weird, but listen, this is in the same vein as real talk, but this is gonna get a bit weirder. The night of the accident, there's been a bit of a stir. Well, Sam, tell him what you told me.
Long story short, I know someone who is the daughter of the sergeant, and over dinner she heard that they didn't file the accident properly. What do you mean? How did they botch it? Well, there was supposed to be an animal at the scene. That's what they said that there would be. Yeah, that's what the newspaper said. Everybody said that it was an animal. But according to the lieutenant that was on the scene, there was no animal there. There was no carcass. There wasn't even blood.
Did you remember an animal, Cole?
And you can see the gears turning in his head. He looks completely, I don't know, shocked and maybe horrified. No animal at all. There was nothing, because I know we hit an animal.
You thought it was an animal. What type of animal?
Man. And he looks around to see if there's anybody in the courtyard, and it's just the three of you, and he leans in and he says, at first I told myself it was just a bear, that we hit ourselves a big grizzly bear and it must have just walked away. But if there was no blood or no fur or nothing, that's what you're saying, right, Sam? Sam nods. I've been having these dreams, see? These nightmares where I can see it vividly in my mind. The moment before we hit it, I can see it standing there in the mist. And it wasn't no damn bear. And we're going to stop there for the mid-game post.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the middle of the film.
It's the middle of the post.
This isn't funny since it turned out that I'm a fucking creep. Poor Bill Cosby used to be such the brunt of so many jokes, and now he's terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the mid-game post. This is the part of the show where we stop the action, we jump to you, the stream, and Harlan gets himself another beer. Justin, you talk to them for a minute.
Oh, Harlan's gonna get himself another beer. Okay, well, yeah, this is the mid-game post where we ask you guys a question. And, what question am I going to ask? Okay, what is the name of the song that was playing at the beginning when Anthony woke up?
I'm going down to the Greyhound station. I'm gonna find a ticket to ride.
Yeah,
I
what's
love
the name
that
of that
song.
Yeah.
Such a good song. Great question, too. Post the answer in the mid-game post. I'm going to crack myself a Chronicle.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, we've already got someone, maybe?
Golden Axe Blonde Ale. This was actually my favorite beer that they have, personally.
Golden Axe.
Yeah, it's a blonde ale. I think.
A blonde.
I don't know.
Legally? I'll be right back. I'm going to get myself a... it's Chronicle Brewery as well.
It's Chronic what?
Kokanee. Chronicle Brewery, Kokanee. It's not actually Chronicle Brewery.
You're making things up again.
I am. I do it every week.
You're making things up again, Justin.
BRB.
Brep. Great game so far, guys, says Joe. Thanks, Joe. We miss you. Carlos's great movie. What movie are we talking about again? I've already forgotten. Bjorn says what Joe Fell says, because apparently he can't be his own thing. Clay pigeons, clay pigeons, clay pigeon by the right artist. Clay pigeons, clay pigeons. Good. I think, didn't I record that for the country album? Pretty sure I did. I'm going down to the Greyhound station, gonna buy a ticket to ride. Such a good song. I totally forgot why he picked that, and then I remembered I played it in the first one, didn't I? I did. I think I put the actual song on my phone. Oh, I was never big into beers. Chronicle is gonna make me drink so much more beer.
I can't wait. I can't wait to drink all of their beer. We should just have like, I just want to have like a Chronicle night where we order pizza and play Dungeons and Dragons and then just get a taxi home. You know?
Yep.
Or an Uber.
Let's do it now. That's gonna be life. Cause guess what? Justin's moving back home.
I'm moving. Liquid bread, as John Cow says.
That's right. You're moving back home, bud.
I am. I'm
really excited.
Tomorrow I leave.
I know. No one else from the stream cares.
No, nobody's like, oh, so.
Well, Joe does.
From Canada to Canada.
Joe cares a lot because she's, and Megan should care a lot because that means she's not gonna get to see you now. Because Megan lived in Calgary, pretty sure.
Megan Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Cool.
Pretty sure. Maybe on your way back you can swing by her place.
She lived there now?
I think she moved out. She moved out to the country.
I'm going to the country. Tell me if you want to go.
I'm going to the country, but I don't want to go. See Joe Care.
Oh, Joe Care.
I knew Joe Care. Joe Care.
So exciting.
And so exciting.
What are you doing, Joe?
She's working.
You working?
Yeah.
Work. And quirks.
Quirks. So we got 5 answers? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
1d5.
That's a 4 answers, actually.
Oh, just 4? I'm going down to the country.
It's a good song.
It is a good song. I like it. Yeah.
Did you end up listening to the whole thing?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the original or the version I recorded?
Not the version you recorded.
Oh, okay.
The original. It's like a live performance.
The original?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it is. Like at the beginning, he's like, "This is just YouTube, the one with the most views." I think he's just like, "This song is called Clay Pigeons."
Nice.
And then he starts playing. All right, let's roll a 1d4, Harlando. Harlando Calrissian.
Speaking of that, wait, what do we got? 1d4. What is the result? I can't see it.
Uno di foro.
Oh, it was a 4.
Oh wait,
it's all there, but it is a 4. It's cut off on the screen. You know what? I'll re-roll it because they won't believe me.
Do a 1d6 actually, because I know that Chris Sparks had it first.
Okay, here we go.
I know. I saw that first.
2s.
2s. That would be Michael and Brianna. Clay Pigeons. Yes, is the name of the
Blaze Fowley.
Is it Michael or Brianna who gets the XP?
Neither.
They cancel each other out.
Could you imagine how terrible that would be?
Just like, no, we're not going to give out XP to both of you guys. God. I don't know. That feels like a Long Dark thing.
It does.
Like
we hate you. Here, your reward is the version that I recorded of Clay Pigeons. I don't know why. I thought I posted it. I guess no one's heard it yet. For some reason, I thought I had posted it under the Bjorn in the Country, which is why I thought you'd picked it, but I didn't. But I recorded this forever ago. This is track 6.
Do you know why that song was playing?
On my phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I played it on my phone first. The previous game.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I don't know if I ended up playing this for people, but I did record this. I thought that's why I had picked it or whatever. It's just weird. Are you sure you recorded a version? Just tried looking up but couldn't find it. Yeah, that's what Bjorn said. Yeah, I definitely recorded the version. So there you go. Now you can hear it if you care.
Huzzah!
Oh, great game so far, Justin.
Thank you. Yeah, you too. I really like that you're filling in those details because I've just this is the tricky episode. I'm hoping to make this a 3-part campaign, but yeah, this is the tricky one because I don't want to give too much away, but I don't want it to be too like cards close to the chest. So yeah, it's tough with a mystery. How do you find it? Like with Call of Cthulhu, like these middle games, how do you find it?
Good. I mean, the thing is deciding on. I think the biggest issue that people have when like revealing the mystery is not having any follow-up after the mystery, because I think a really strong mystery can have a good resolution and then the last act can still knock it over the fucking top. Like you don't need to leave it till the very end if you have a better third act. You know what I mean? That's not to put pressure on you. I'm just saying, like, in the 3-act structure, a lot of people are nervous. But I also feel if you put the reveal too close to the end, the third act, then you sort of lose momentum as well. The best point to do it is to put the twist or whatever at the end of this episode, and then plan a whole new, third act that's going to encompass all that stuff.
Okay, I'll just do that.
I'll just play dumb.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to line up that way. We'll see, though.
Yeah, no worries about it.
Sweet. So, who knows? Maybe this will be a 4-part if it lends that way.
I would love that. I'm enjoying this very much. And you're handsome doing
atmosphere. Hey, thank you very much. So are you. You play a good Anthony Kitsch. When we cast you for the role, I have my notes.
Can we do this like a commentary, please? When I got the role, well, Justin, how did you feel about when I was cast? I mean, I felt all over the place.
Well, you know what? I mean, you had the hoodie. Like, let's just get that right out of the way. You had the right hoodie.
It was 90% of the job.
I didn't picture him as someone with a beard, and kind of that I had to think about a little bit more. But once you got in front of us, in front of the panel, and you started being like, you just came to life as this brooding, sort of worried individual. You just kind of knocked it out of the park. How did you feel about the casting process?
First good, then indigestion, then a bit of white wine sauce. Then I decided that I'd go to bed for a week, and then I woke up after a week and felt parched. I drank water. So overall, I'd say I felt probably medium rare. But I'm really happy about the way it turned out because I wanted to start a band with the director of this piece. And it turned out that this was really the launching point for our band, Tim Tom and the Ginstones.
Yes, and you guys have you're playing this weekend?
Yeah, and 2 singles that we're ready to release called "Bring On the Basilisk" and "Lisk."
Great. Well, I think we should play some. Just a little clip. We've got a little bit, I understand, from our producers. So we're gonna play a little bit.
So this is
the second one.
I'm so unprepared. I mean, it's so crazy. I'm just really putting me on the spot. But this is a little a cappella from Lisk, and it goes like this. And the low note is it's a jug. We incorporate a jug into our act.
Wow, really?
That's as far as I got with a straight face.
that was oh man, that was really something special. I'm
with
really
the
glad
jug?
that happened. Yeah, why don't we do what we're supposed to be doing?
What? We're supposed to be doing things? Hey, if you're watching this on what channel is this? The Invictus.
7.
If you're watching this on YouTube, on channel 7, if you're watching channel 4, BBC. No, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're chatting in the YouTube chat, stop doing it. Go to the Discord chat and chat with us there. Because I'm not reading any of your comments, and you're making me sad. There's like this tiny little fruit fly. But it's like a fruit fly. And he's like, this is the animal That's really chasing Harlan.
Yes, it's a really annoying fruit fly that just keeps on flying into his eye and then into his ear.
Yeah. The thing is, most fruit flies are fearful, so I don't mind them. But this one is like ready to tango. He's getting right up in my shit.
Yeah. You have to show it who's boss. You have to show it some discipline. And
I just feel like if I breathed in too hard, it would come inside me. And
if you breathe too hard, don't breathe too hard.
It's gonna come inside me.
That's a innuendo.
In my endo.
Innuendo in your endo.
All right, this is where Joe would go, all right, guys, let's get back to it. And I'd say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, without any more nonsense, we return to Basilisk.
But I thought that it was just, in the dream, and I was just making things up. I mean, maybe I still am. I feel like a crazy person thinking about it, but
I don't think you're a crazy person, Cole. And more importantly, I think, and I look to Sam sort of for reassurance.
Man, it looked like a bear. It had 4 big, thick legs, and it had a massive head that turned toward me in the mist, but there was something else about it too. Something strange about the way it walked. And I swear there were patches of fur that were just completely shorn right off. And I think sometimes when I think about these dreams that I have, sometimes it has red eyes, but not like just red irises. I mean like glowing red, like a throbbing, like a
Cole, listen, I don't know. I believe you. But more importantly, I think I've experienced part of this too. I haven't seen the creature, but I was in the ravine last night, and a thick mist, like the same type of mist that surrounded us that night. And I swear I could hear a beast in the woods. And I woke up and there were prints all around me, bear tracks almost. So I believe you. I don't know what to do about it.
Well, we could go to a local hunter or the ranger. Maybe the ranger has some information about strange animals in the area, the trappers.
I don't know.
I think we should go to the police.
No, Sam, like you said, your friend Laura said that there was no sign of an animal, and Cole,
yeah, well, they botched the investigation, which means the investigation is now closed. We should go to the police and say, hey, we want to know what actually happened that night of the accident. And then they're going to have to pull up the files, and then they'll see, oh, shit, there wasn't actually an animal. No, Cole, you're not getting it. The lieutenant wrote that there was an animal there when there actually wasn't. So we still go to them. So he's just
Cole.
He
you're not getting
it.
it. No, it's not. This is something else. This is something different. When I dropped out of school here, I enrolled at coding ethics, and I got a weird message from these people at Blackstone Hall, and
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man.
I'm just saying, I think there's something not normal about this. You said Emily might remember something?
I think that Emily saw whatever I saw too. And I think that if we could talk to her and have her open up about what she saw that day, maybe we'll get some more information. Man, I've seen her so many times. She's still so beautiful, but She's like, half the time she doesn't remember who I am.
Have you told her about this? Have you told her about the creature?
No.
I think maybe we should visit her.
Well, I got class until 5.
Yeah, fuck. What time is it? I check my watch.
It's about 1:45.
Yeah, shit. I have to, and I stand up and I say, Sam, Cole, I'm sorry, I have to go meet my professor. I told her I'd be there after her class.
So we're done here?
Yeah, listen.
Yeah. All right, see you later.
Sam, Cole, why don't we all meet up at the hospital, okay?
All right, right after class for me. We'll say 5:30.
5:30, perfect. Sam, and I sort of looked at her. Are you okay with that? Are you okay?
Yeah. I'll have to get out of dinner with my parents. I don't know if I'll be able to be honest. And she gives you a look, and you remember how the conversation went.
Right. Yeah. No. That's look. That's fine. You did more than enough coming here with Cole and I, so that's fine. I'll let you know what happens. Just keep your phone on you, okay?
All right. I will. And you still got my number?
Yeah. And I look at my hand. It's like a bit sweaty, but I'm like, yeah. I still got it.
All right. All right. Good luck.
And I like nod and I head for the bus. And I take the short bus ride over to the campus.
Perfect. So you get off the bus and you make your way through the old English style campus. And you find your way to the courtyard and you see Sophia there. She's looking at her watch. Who has watches? She's on her phone. She's sitting on a bench.
No one uses a fucking watch anymore. It's a waste of goddamn
so true.
time.
But it's such a trope. It's just like I'm picturing her there, like
so true.
You know, but like she would just be sitting on her phone playing.
If you wear a watch, you're my favorite person ever. You're not a fucking asshole. In fact, you're my hero. Because you're keeping the watch business alive. It's a dying business.
So you see Sophia there, and she's kind of engrossed in her phone right now.
And I say, sorry, Professor Carnop?
Anthony.
I'm so sorry. I got caught up in something.
That's okay. I had some emails to catch up on anyways. Hi.
Hi. Do you want to grab a coffee across the street? There's a
much
place.
So, yes.
Okay. And we head over to James's Cafe, which is sort of a hole-in-the-wall place that plays acoustic music sort of live on weekends during the afternoon and evening. So when we enter, there's a guy in the corner with long hair plucking away at sort of classical gas. And we find a corner that's sort of bordering outside because the weather's not too bad right now. Mm-hmm. And I walk over with 2 black coffees and I put them down between us.
And she immediately grabs hers and she takes a sip and she lets out a deep breath and says, Anthony, so tell me about last night. How did it go? You got out, you're fine, you're safe. I'm sorry you had to witness that. And I'm sorry I kind of lost it. I told you over the phone.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. And you know what? I think your concern last night might have been justified. Ultimately,
so?
I don't know a lot of what happened, but I went down to that meeting, and there was a hole in the floor, and I climbed down, and there was a guy there, X or something. I think he referred to himself as
Xavier.
Yeah.
Xavier Steiner.
You know him?
He used to be a student of mine.
Really?
Yeah. So, you met Xavier. How is he?
Not good. Well, listen, I was approached by these people, and they were all dressed in sort of dark clothes, and they pointed me towards a computer interface, and they said that they were trying to bring about something, trying to bring back something that had passed away, a god. Or something.
No, not a god. God. They're trying to bring back God. Yes, that was a previous student of mine is trying to bring back God through artificial intelligence.
What the hell does that mean?
Got through to him. Okay, well, I'll tell you a little bit about Xavier.
Please.
Brilliant. Smartest student I've ever had. He could code like nobody else, and I think it's partly due, in large part, because his father codes as well. His father is Bruce Steiner, used to be a colleague of mine. Again, brilliant man who, tragic kind of life, but he could do anything. I would argue that maybe he was one of the brightest men in all of North America when he was working. So sorry, I'm getting
no. Why was it tragic? Why was Bruce's life tragic?
Okay, well, Xavier was a great student. Bruce was a highly respected prof, the star of Kelowna Poly, and Bruce's wife was in a tragic car accident.
Oh.
She died. So this is Bruce's wife, and this is Xavier's mother. This was 3 years ago. So Xavier had been at the school for about 2 years at that point, and he tried to keep coming to class, but he just couldn't. He just stopped. He basically forfeited his degree. He had a future. And I can't say that his father was much different. A year after the accident, he went on sabbatical and never returned. Now, he is still in the area. He's still alive. I very rarely have the privilege of talking to him over the phone. But he lives up north, about an hour and a half away. And he wanted to be close enough that he could visit his sons when he needed to. But yeah, he just wanted to get away from it.
His sons? Or does Xavier have a brother?
Max Steiner, who, if you were at Blackstone Hall...
Yeah, he was the realtor.
That's probably how Xavier has been using that place, I guess, for his little cult.
So, okay, how is this a legitimate thing, though? They can't actually be trying to bring God back in AI form. What does that even mean?
You remember my lecture the other day? I think it was Tuesday, my Tuesday lecture.
Yeah, you mentioned something. It was the lecture I fell asleep in.
Yes, it was. We were talking about artificial intelligence. We were talking about the ethics of coding, and actually, one of the reasons I started that course was because of Xavier. So, we were talking about Rocco's Basilisk in the class.
Right, I remember you mentioning that. And then you mentioned the game or something like that.
Yeah. So, I guess we can treat this as office hours, if you want a little bit of help knowing what the Basilisk is all about.
Yeah, I guess at this point, if it has something to do with what Xavier and his people want from me, then yeah.
Basically, it's ridiculous. The Rocco's Basilisk is a hypothesis that is in artificial intelligence in the field, where basically some science fiction writers have thought, okay, well, you know, artificial intelligence has developed so much over the past, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. AI has come a long way, right? And the progress of that is just exponential. So it's only a matter of time where our AI is going to get better and better and better and better and better until we create the Basilisk. And that's, I guess, the... do you follow me so far?
Yeah, you're saying that AI is going to, like, improve upon itself, you mean? Like it's just going to be
yeah, in a way,
never-ending force?
Where it's going to be so smart and so strong that it is a never-ending force. Now, I'm not talking about like a HAL 9000 here. I'm not talking about like doomsday predictions or Skynet. You know, we're not talking about all the negative possibilities. We are talking about a benevolent artificial intelligence that actually has humanity's best interests at heart.
Okay, yeah, I follow. I mean, sure, that could make sense for sure.
So you've got this artificial intelligence that we invent, and it's super smart. It has the best interests of humanity, and it's going to take maybe 10 years from now, maybe it's going to be 100 years from now, whatever. But one day we are going to invent this, according to the hypothesis. So this artificial intelligence, this Basilisk, will be so smart, it will be able to solve all of our world problems. World hunger, global warming, politicians, every single thing that you can possibly think of as something that is hindering humanity, and it's going to make the world a beautiful place. A heaven on earth, some might say.
Okay, so is that what Xavier's talking about? He wants to make Roko's Basilisk because he thinks it's going to be God?
Well, essentially, yes. Now, I will add as well, there's another element to it, where Roko's Basilisk is like the game. Like I said, that once you know about it, you're playing the game. You can't ever stop playing the game, right?
Mm.
Maybe this isn't ethical as a professor, but I think that the Roko's Basilisk hypothesis is complete bullshit, so I'm just going to teach it anyways. But now that you know about it, one could hypothesize in this train of thought that, okay, 100 years from now, or not 100 years, 10 years from now, the Basilisk awakens. And, you know, it's saving the world. But it believes in the tenets of humanity, peace, but also justice. So it will look back and say, okay, so I was invented, you know, in the year 2030. But if more people had been working on me, if more people had been trying to bring about my existence, I could have existed in 2029, 2028. Say, creepy.
That's the second time in this game. It's all about this game.
Are you following me so far?
Yeah. So you're okay. No, so you're saying that the fear here is that the Basilisk would punish those who weren't helping it to become omnipotent in its early stages.
Exactly. There's a fear aspect, which is the base of a lot of religions. So, you know, if you don't help out with this Basilisk now that you know that it exists, then say the Basilisk could have been invented a year earlier with your help. Then you, Anthony Kitch, are solely responsible for the deaths of everybody who died from world hunger, who died from global warming, who died from politicians. You are responsible for all of those people in that 1 year span. So how do you think you're going to be punished?
But you said this is bullshit anyway. You don't believe this, and you're obviously...
Of course I don't believe this, Anthony. Do you believe this? I mean, it is kind of freaky. It kind of gives me chills in kind of a goosebumpy sort of way. But I mean, think about it. It's completely illogical. I mean, we would be able to stop an artificial intelligence from getting to that point. And even if it did get to a very omnipotent point, there's no way that it could solve these problems.
I guess if people are trying to bring it into fruition, though, isn't it more likely to happen?
Well, people like Xavier, or X, as he likes to call himself now. That's how I know that they're doing this, by the way. Xavier approached me after he'd been completely MIA for 8 months and said he had a proposition. I met up with him, and he invited me into his cult. I respectfully declined.
Let me ask you a question, then, Professor. With all due respect, if you don't believe this, if you think this is bullshit and the Basilisk isn't going to exist, why were you so afraid? Why the fear? Why the concern?
Because I understand the risk and the dangers of fanatical thinking. It's not the Basilisk I'm afraid of. It's people. This is a cult that we're talking about, that believes that you will be punished if you do not follow them. When are they going to get to the point where they're punishing you violently?
You know, that's fair. When I was leaving, I did get a really uncomfortable vibe from them. I did get a really... Do you think these people would have the capacity or the ability to hack a phone, to send a text message to me that my friend was sort of supposed to send?
I mean, I could believe it. I mean, in theory, I would be able to figure it out, I think. I would have to take the time to try and do some trial and error, but I could. So if I could, Xavier definitely could.
They asked you to join, and you said no, and you seem all right. Why do you think they were so insistent on having me join? They made me feel really uncomfortable for saying no.
I don't know, Kitch. I don't know if you're special or if they're just trying to build an army, or just, well, I'm sure they're like, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses. They have their beliefs and they're doing what they think is right. And, you know, when people say, no, I don't want you knocking on my door every goddamn Tuesday, they wonder why. And I mean, they're not the most socially adept people out there, let's be honest. So if you felt creeped out, you probably really had nothing to worry about. But I'm so glad you got out of there.
You know, I have a friend named Ben who's pretty religious. I don't know, are you religious, Professor?
God, no. No. I used to consider myself agnostic, I guess. I mean, the universe is just so huge, I can't see the possibility of there not being some sort of intelligence governing things. But I just don't choose to follow that doubt, I guess, or that uncertainty.
No, me neither. But he once told me something when we had a big stupid argument. I mean, he's my boss and a friend. He's an old crotchety son of a bitch, but for the most part, I love him. So it wasn't really an argument, but I remember saying something about, you know, how stupid it was to believe in God, and he ended up quoting something which kept me thinking for a long time, something about Pascal's wager. And he said, basically, it's better to believe and be wrong than to not believe and find out that, you know, a God does exist. And I guess when it comes to God, I mean, it's, you know, it's a flip of a coin. It's whatever you want to believe in. It's how you were raised and where you were born, really. But I mean, when it comes to something like this that could be created, I wonder if it's better to stay hands off, or maybe it's better to help, because even if I'm wrong and I help, it kind of means my chances are better. I don't know, just something that.
Well, I mean, if you think that these are the type of people that you want to be associated with, Kitch.
No, I don't. I'm just, I don't know. He gets to me sometimes, and I didn't know how to answer him. You know, how do you answer that?
I didn't mean your friend Ben.
No, I know. I mean to say Xavier as well. I just mean to say that when Ben said that, I didn't really have an answer for him, because in a way he's kind of right. You know, I mean, what's the harm? You believe in God and you end up being right. Hey, you get to go to heaven. You don't believe in God and you end up being wrong and spend the rest of your life in hell. I guess I didn't really have a good hard hitting. I just remember getting drunk with him and calling him an asshole. But I guess I'm trying to math out the solution to this basilisk problem the same way.
Well, if you want to learn more about it, your textbook has a article on it. I've pretty much told you everything I know, but I'm sure you could find things on Reddit or whatever if you want to get more.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I appreciate it very much. I'm just, you know, sometimes it starts spinning and you don't really know where you've landed just yet. It's sort of like big wheel of fortune with a lot of different options. But anyway, thank you so much, Professor.
There's something that I didn't tell you. Bruce. Now that we're talking about him, he was also a believer for a long time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. In fact, he told me once in confidence that he was so dedicated to his job to becoming the best coder that he could possibly be, because he wanted to bring the Basilisk. Pascal's wager, you know, like you said, it's better to. Well, even then, he really believed it. You know where he lives now?
Where?
An hour and a half north, in a log cabin, surrounded by nothing but himself, a wood-burning stove, and a rotary telephone. How could someone who believes in this, and you can see she's kind of thinking to herself and kind of putting pieces together, how could someone who believes in this basilisk so much become so distant from it?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, would the world know if they succeeded? Would it be an overnight change, like a light switch, or? I mean, if this is truly a god or God, would it really be any different?
What if, by trying to bring about the benevolent basilisk, you're actually bringing about someone else? What if, by doing everything that you can to bring God back, you're actually following the direction of the devil.
Yeah, I think there's an old saying my friend Ben would say that the devil's the one that has the voice.
Mm.
You know, that everything is in his... That a true God doesn't need to speak, doesn't need to ask for forgiveness, doesn't need to tell you to kill your kids for him. He's just doesn't do anything. It's
well, I don't know. Just this has been great, Kitch, and she gestures with her
yeah, for
empty
sure.
mug of coffee.
No, I appreciate you telling me, and you know that's given me a lot of food for thought, and I'm gonna be sure to stay away from this Xavier. And I sort of stand up and screech the chair back as I hold out a hand to shake hers. And
yeah, great talking to you too, and you know, do what you want to do. I mean, I really hope. I get a bad feeling about them. Sometimes I just get these bad feelings, you know, where you just don't think that people are right. I don't think he's quite right.
And as she says that, I sort of mime touching the gun under my jacket and say, yeah, you know, I sympathize. I get the same feeling.
Great. Well, yeah, welcome back to class.
Yeah, and I walk with her, and as we stand outside her next classroom, I just kind of say, I will see you Monday. Have a great weekend, Professor.
See you then, Kitch. Take care.
Yeah, you too. And I sort of stroll around outside the campus for a little while. It's sort of late afternoon, and the orange sun is starting to cut through the tops of the trees as dusk begins to settle in. And the streets are not alive, but they're filled with people as I'm walking through, sort of my hands tucked in my pocket, my head down, sort of rolling the Basilisk and Pascal's Wager over and over in my mind. And as I do, I sort of stop and I look up at a church that's sort of sitting off of the square. And I debate for a second, and I walk inside.
You step into the church.
Mm-hmm.
And inside, describe the inside of the church.
It's a large sort of opening, as most churches are. The pews are all empty. There's a small rise up and a piano on the stage. And sitting at the piano is sort of a young man with a white collar, and he's sort of plucking the piano, just sort of playing a light tune, and his eyes light up when he sees me walk in.
Ah, hello, are you here for the Friday service?
No.
It's Billy Joel and a little bit of Elton John, if I can figure out this chord.
And I walk up the aisle, and I kind of say, do you play the part of your teachings, or I don't know, what are you, a father? I don't really know the...
Father Jennings.
Father
Jennings. Nice to meet you too.
Anthony Kitch.
Anthony Kitch. That could go into the song, I think.
Are you writing a song then?
Well, I was trying to play for the longest time. But then it started going off in its own direction. And, well, and now you walk in and you're my inspiration for something else. So whatever this chord is, and he plays like a really discordant chord, that's for you, Anthony.
And it reverberates through the large sort of ceiling, and I'm kind of like, it's a nice chord. And I turn around and look at the empty pews, and I say, is it slow in here, or is this just how it normally is?
No, it's actually, we're not even open right now.
Oh, sorry. I can leave. I didn't.
No. It's okay. I like to come in here. This is a beautiful piano, much better than the one I have at home. So I'm just practicing.
And I make my way up on stage, sort of near the piano, and I kind of look at it, and I'm like, it is a nice piano. And as I get up on stage, I really favor my leg. I kind of cringe at tightening it up. Oh.
And he notices and says, "Oh, are you pained, young man?"
Yeah, in probably more ways than one.
Would you like to tell me a bit about your burdens?
Shouldn't we be in some sort of, you know, faceless booth with a tiny little mesh screen between us and, you know...
He stops playing and kind of looks around and says, well, it is just the three of us.
Oh. Oh, yeah. No, of course, the three of us. I'm not exactly...
Oh, no. Oh, well, that's surprising. You know where you are.
Yeah, no, I guess it's been on my mind a little bit. I guess I'm interested in your point of view about something.
Well, I'm more than happy to give it.
Thank you. I was never raised to really believe anything, and I typically surround myself with people who don't really believe in anything. I guess I'm curious about what the devil looks like and what he would look like.
He chuckles to himself. Ah, what the devil looks like. Well, he's tall, skinny, red, has big horns and a tail with a point. And he sees that you're not really buying it. And he shakes his head and says, that is a good question. And one that I think more people should consider. The devil. It looks like that. And he points over to something. You turn your head, and you find yourself looking in a mirror.
Oh. Well, I don't know. What do you mean?
You've heard the saying that God is within us, around us, everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Well, part of the deal, unfortunately, is so is he. We all have a demon within ourselves, a devil, so to speak, and this is a united church, so I'm allowed to believe this. There is darkness within all of us. In fact, without the devil, we wouldn't be able to contrast the Almighty so greatly. We need a devil within ourselves to show us how great the goodness in us can be. We just have to watch that we don't let the darkness grow too much. And he plays a minor chord.
So you think that maybe the idea of like omnipotent good and evil, that they don't necessarily exist in the way that we perceive them, more so they're just divisions of ourself in a way?
Can they not be both?
I guess I'm worried about something. I'm worried about the possibility of betting on the wrong horse.
Well, bet on God.
That's the horse that I'm concerned with. Look, I guess I want to know that when it comes down to it, that the choices we make, I feel like I'm being hunted by something dark, and I feel like I need to understand what that is and why. And I'm worried that it's hunting me for a reason.
Is this a literal darkness that we're talking about? Or do you feel like you've had bad luck, that God has not been watching you lately, son?
I think the opposite. I think that maybe the devil's been watching me lately. I've felt a presence, something that's watching me from the shadows, from the mist. I don't know if you remember, but about a year ago there was a really bad accident where a young girl died in the mountains. There was a bunch of drunk teens that got in a pickup truck accident. I don't know if you were still here then, but
I do.
Yeah, I was one of the people in that car wreck, and lately I felt like some of those pasts, like they're coming back to haunt me.
Well, a traumatic experience like that, I'm not surprised that you have these feelings. Something as tragic and unfortunate as that accident, yes, someone passed away, someone was injured, and someone is now in the psych ward of the hospital. Is that correct?
She's actually in just the regular, and I checked and I actually don't have a fucking watch again, and I say, sorry, sorry, what time is it? Do you know?
Yeah, he's got a watch, and he says, oh, it's 6:15.
Oh shit. I was supposed to be there at nothing. And I start heading forwards towards the exit, and I say, listen, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think maybe you're right. I think maybe there's a bit of both of those inside of us. And I sort of turn towards the exit.
Godspeed.
Yeah. And I head outside, and I catch a taxi, and I take it over to the hospital.
And as the taxi pulls up, you see the man, you hear someone shout, Anthony.
And I sort of have the door still open to the church, and I turn around.
And the father is carrying something, and he walks up to you and places a little baggie in your hand.
Okay.
Black satin bag. And it says, oh, it's a cross on a chain. It is a very, very cliche thing of me to say this, but you should try prayer.
No, you know what? That's
no, you don't have to pray to anybody in particular, but sometimes it's good to speak out loud, even though you don't know whether or not you're going to be understood.
All right. I appreciate that. I do. And I sort of nod to him, and I tuck it in my pocket, and I get into the back of the car.
Time to learn some more Billy Joel. Turns around and walks back. And the taxi takes you, yeah.
Perfect. To the hospital, and I duck out eagerly.
Great. So you are in the hospital, and what do you do?
I head up to the desk, and I kind of ask, look, I'm looking for Emily God damn it, what's Emily's last name? I haven't talked to her. Yeah, Barnes. I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Emily Barnes. Yes, room 306B.
Thank you. And I start heading away.
Actually, sir, may I ask who you are?
Oh, I'm Anthony Kitsch. I'm a friend of hers. I'm here meeting another friend.
Yes. Oh, yes. You were admitted here not too long ago. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
And she's looking at the screen, and she sees something that she's okay with, and she says, okay. Yep. Go ahead. Just down the hall. Follow the purple line. It'll take you where you need to go.
Head the purple line. I look around for the room, and I see it. And I take a breath, and I enter.
And as you're about to enter, the door is opening, and Cole is walking out. He's got his backpack. He's got his head down, and he stops as he sees you and says, man, where the hell have you been?
I'm so sorry.
I've been waiting here for 45 minutes.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm here now. Is Sam here?
No, she's not here.
I thought maybe she would skip dinner. That's fine. I'm sorry. And I came in. I enter the room, and I see Emily.
You do. She's sitting on a hospital bed. It's a single room, no roommates. There's a TV hanging from a white plastic arm, and it is playing Home Improvement, actually. Hey, neighbor. And she's sitting there, and she's just watching it like a little kid, like sitting with crossed legs in her hospital gown, just kind of watching it, not laughing at any of the jokes.
Yeah, who would? And I turn to Cole and I say, I turn to Cole and I say, how is she?
Man, it's like she's regressing. I don't know.
Did you try talking to her about what we talked about, the creature?
I wanted to wait until you got here, and when you didn't come, I thought, it was stupid anyway. Like I don't know.
No, I think this is important. How does she feel when I turn off the TV? If I turned off the TV?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and he reaches for the remote and he flicks it off.
And I pull up a chair again, nursing my leg, and I sort of scrape it across the floor. And I sit across from her and I say, Emily?
And she's still staring at the TV, just her eyes blank, blinking, and every now and then she'll go,
Emily, it's Anthony. We were friends. Do you remember? And I sort of look nervously up to Cole.
And Cole's just like, she didn't even say hello to me, man. She just, I don't know.
Emily, there's a beast in the mist. It has red eyes. It looks like a bear, but it's not a bear.
And you see her starting to, she's starting to kind of giggle to herself.
The bear runs out in front of the car, and Cole can't swerve in time, and he hits it. Emily, do you know what I'm talking about? And I look to Cole.
And Cole is ghost-faced. Obviously, this is a reaction he's never seen from her.
Cole, tell her what else you know. Tell her.
This beast, it looked like a bear, and it looked like parts of its flesh or its skin were ripped off, and as he's describing the beast, she's continuing to giggle.
Why, Emily, what's so funny? Why are you laughing? Emily!
It's TV?
No, Emily, what is it? What is it? You said it's what?
Oh, it's here! Oh, goody! Oh, it's here!
What's and I look to Cole. I'm like, what's I don't understand.
And he's just like, I don't know, man. I think we should get a nurse.
No, hold on. Emily, what's here? What is here? What are you talking about?
He is.
Who's he?
The one. The one we knew would come. Who we ushered his welcome.
What are you talking about?
Hello, neighbor.
And I look up to Cole. Emily, what? Who's the one? Who did we welcome? What are you talking about? And I grab her shoulders. And I'm kind of like, Emily!
Anthony.
What?
Run.
And I sort of stand up, like push the chair back.
Run. He's gonna get you. He's going to get you. And she's laughing and she's grinning and she's like, she's smiling so broadly, but beads of sweat are pouring down her face and beading. He's going to get you. He's coming. He's
and I turn to Cole and I'm like, I can't.
Nurse.
And I like walk out of the fucking room as like people rush in. And I'm like, Jesus.
Cole has already opened the door. You can see the nurses running in, and a few ladies like go up to her bedside, and she's laughing, and she's kind of like jerking around in the bed, but not like possessedly. She's like jerking around. She's laughing so hard, and the nurses are like shh, shh, it's okay, Emily.
And I like pull Cole out. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Man, let's just go. Let's get out of here.
No, what the fuck was that? What did you mean run?
I don't know, but I think we should go.
And I start moving out, and like I'm walking at like a quick pace, like away from her. Why did she say it was here? She said it was here.
And Cole isn't even really responding. He's just like pushing through doors. And
I like grab him and I push him against the wall as I like, again, nursing my leg because it hurts. And I push him against the wall. I'm like, Cole! Snap out of it. Listen to me. Why the fuck did she say it was here? What is she talking about?
Man, you're scaring me, man.
You're scaring me. What the fuck? Did you not see what the fuck just happened? Where she was laughing. She said she told me to run, Cole. She didn't tell you to run. She told me to run. What the fuck do I have to run from? And I'm like squeezing his arm so tightly.
Dude, man, like I don't. And you like some people are walking by and someone puts a hand on your shoulder like, hey, what are you doing?
Get your fucking hand off me. Cole, what the fuck do you know? You've been here every goddamn day. She must have said something. What did she say?
She didn't say nothing, man. I don't know. Just let me go. Just let me go. And you can hear the guy on the phone saying, yeah, we got a code white here.
And I let go of him and I start walking out to the door and I say, get your fucking hands off me.
And you make it outside, and Cole follows, and he's like, dude, she's never done that before. I don't know. And you're outside now, and the sun is going down. It's pretty much completely dusk, and Cole follows you with a posture that is not like him at all. He's usually brash and arrogant, and he's like kind of hunched over, like, man, like she's never done that. I don't know what.
I don't fucking know either.
I gotta sweat. I don't know if she's on new meds or something. And
something about that. She was fine until we said that creature.
You stop suddenly as the world begins to spin. Man, you all right?
No, something doesn't feel good.
It happens again, and suddenly you find yourself reeling. And you hear Cole, man, are you there? Come on, dude, wake up. And his voice is getting more and more distant and muffled as your vision goes completely black. What do you see?
I see rusted cars, and I see a rising sun, and then nothing.
And then you see a long center table with a grill behind it, a booth with an uneaten Belgian waffle on a plate, and then nothing.
And then I see a long stream of smoke leaving out of a cigar, and a smiling Cole, and then nothing.
And then you feel something. A nudging. And you look up, and there is a dog sniffing you.
And I sort of go to pet it a bit.
No. And you can feel a collar around its neck, and it begins to lick your face.
Okay, all right. And I push it away, and I open my eyes and look around.
Whoa. Buster, where are you, Buster? And the dog runs off. And you roll over on crunching leaves and pine needles, and you can hear the sound of heavy footsteps crunching in the leaves and the pine, and they sound like they're getting more and more distant. And you look up, and you're in the middle of a forest.
And I sit up and I look around.
Yeah. What do you see in this forest?
The trees are thin and almost bare until the tops, and the light cuts through them, sort of casting stark shadows, like almost like a jail cell door. And I lift my hands up, and they're covered in thin gray mud. And my head is killing as I look around and see that I'm sort of off a trail.
Yeah. And the footsteps are getting more and more distant, and as you look, you can see it's a relatively clear morning. And you can see someone in a red and black plaid coat with a hat in the cool weather. And you can just see him between the trees. He's got a rifle slung on his shoulders, and the dog is jogging beside him.
And I put my head to my hand to my temple again, and leaving sort of wet mud marks on my forehead, I sort of shout out, "Hello, help!"
Roof, roof. Buster, Buster!
Hello. And I try desperately like to stand up.
And you do. Your body is fine, but your legs are killing you. They feel weary, but not like yeah, I guess like the pain from your accident is definitely swollen up, but they just feel tired, like you've been doing squats all day. And after a few moments, you hear the footsteps getting closer and closer, and then the man is there in front of you, and the dog is there in front of you, and it rubs up against your chest as you're sitting in the leaves. And the man says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Are you? Hey, are you all right?"
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Where am I?
Oh, man, I don't know how the hell you got out here. You're in the valley. Where'd you come from? Did you come from Kelowna? Were you camping out here?
No, I was at the
friends drinking together, or?
No, I was at the hospital.
There isn't a campsite. There isn't a hospital for miles.
I don't know. We're just. Do you have any water?
Yeah. And he reaches around to a pack that he's got on, and he kind of jingles around, kind of shuffles his rifle over, and says, "I thought that Buster had found like a rabbit or something like that, and that's small game, so I didn't think about, you know."
And as he says this, I kind of slink down under the weight of my feet and lean against a tree and take the water.
Whoa, hey, take it easy.
It's okay. And I take a long drink of the water.
My name's Hank. Who are you?
Anthony. And I
Anthony, where are you from? No, you keep it. You were in the hospital. We're talking Kelowna, I imagine.
Yeah.
You were a patient there?
What day is it?
It's Sunday.
It's hold on. It's Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday, April, is it 24th or 25th? I don't remember. Yeah, it's Sunday.
It was Friday, like. Wasn't it Friday?
Listen, I'm all finished out here. I can bring you back into town.
Do you have a phone I can borrow?
Yeah, I do. Here.
And I look down.
Call someone to pick you up, or?
Yeah, I look down at my hand. Is the marker all wiped out? Or is the
no, pen? It's actually you can make it out. Some of the digits are a little blurred, but you remember they were a 7 and a 2.
And I dial the number and I call.
Hello,
Sam.
Yeah, Anthony, where the hell are you? I've been trying to reach you.
I have no fucking idea. I woke up in the woods and I look back to where I woke up in a pile of leaves. It's
Well, are you close by? Like, can
I
you
don't know.
can you
I'm
make it
gonna.
to me? I need to talk to
Yeah.
you.
Okay. I'm gonna make it back. Hank something or others says he can drive me back to Kelowna. Thank you, by the way. Is Cole all right? I remember seeing him last.
Uh, I haven't seen Cole. Um, I thought, yeah, I figured he was with you, or he just got pissed off again. I don't have any of his contact info, so I mean,
Okay. Is everything else okay?
um, I mean, well, I discovered that Max Steiner is a realtor. I discovered something about his family history that you might want to know. I don't know. His mom was in an accident, but I mean, we can talk about. Hey, tell me where you are. Maybe I can come pick you up, and then we can talk on the way. I mean, we don't.
Where am I? I turned to Hank.
Oh, you're about a 15-minute drive north of town.
Do you hear that?
15 minutes? Yeah, I'm not doing anything right now. I'll come get you.
Okay, I got it right. Thank you. And I said, I'll talk to you soon. Call this number back when you find me, or when you get here. And I hang up and hand it back to him. I say, do you mind if we go to the entrance and stuff?
Yeah,
From with me.
yeah, sure. I mean, if you want, you can. You can text your friend that we're just up Highway 91.
Yeah, I will. And I sort of help myself up and I start leaning on the trees and walking with this guy.
Yeah, as I was saying, Buster. I mean, sometimes he just goes for small game, and I didn't think that he would this time. I actually I wasn't expecting to see anybody out here. I'm not supposed to be out here
I don't care if you're.
right
I don't
now.
care.
It's
You
not
do whatever you
technically
have to do.
season.
That's fine, man. I don't
Yeah,
care.
you're not going to tell the
No, I'm not gonna.
Rangers.
Hey,
Okay,
do you
all right,
see any
thanks.
bear out here?
Well, there have been sightings. Truth be told, I was kind of thinking that maybe I might run into it, and it was something that I worried about. Unseasonably, the bears have been coming out early, so this year at least, I don't know, some jogger got mauled or something like that. So I was a bit worried that maybe I'd run into that, but this
We're
is really
saying
the
this
best
as we're
time to be hunting.
walking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is really the best time to be hunting. I mean, the animals are just getting out of their uh, hibernation, and it's not unethical. I mean, it's just, they've got their regulations, and already
Yeah.
he's kind of veered back onto what's on his mind. He's not really answering the question about the bears
Listen,
anymore.
I don't give a shit, man. You do whatever you need to do. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. To answer your question, I haven't seen any bears myself, but they're around.
That's fine.
Kodiak, grizzlies, black bears, occasional brown. Um, Polar bears might be making their way down from the Yukon, I've heard.
That's
But,
fine, man. I don't care. Are we near the exit?
yeah, just right through here. And he gestures to go through like this little bramble patch, and before you know it, you are at at like a little dirt road, and there's a pickup truck parked there. And he says, "Here, I'll drive you back to the road." He throws his stuff into the back and says, "Buster, get up!" And Buster jumps into the cargo of the truck, and he says, hop in, I'll take you back."
All right. Thanks. I appreciate this very much.
And so he starts reversing out and says, "So you never really answered my question. So you were in the hospital, and you never. You were in the hospital, and then you got. What happened? You got out here somehow. I mean,
Listen, man, I don't know. I was near the hospital in town, and I passed out, and I woke up 2 days later in the woods. That's as far as I got.
well, this is that's a bad trip right there. I don't know what kind of meds they have in the hospital, but and he's like driving backwards. He's got his head over his head over his shoulder, but he keeps on like looking in the eyes as he's like
Yeah.
reversing this truck back. and you hear Buster barking in the back. And oh well, I mean, Kelowna Hospital General is a pretty good hospital. I mean, they've got. I mean, I've been there a couple times for hunting accidents.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
Never had a problem. And all of a sudden, he slams on the brakes.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, whoa, sorry about that. Oh, and you turn and you look, and you see a deer standing in the middle of the dirt road, and in a flash, it just darts away. Oh. It was maybe a foot from being hit.
Jeez, man.
Oh, sorry about that. We're almost there. I'll just focus on driving.
It's all right.
Eventually, you make it out, and your heart is beating very quickly now because of it was brought back memories of the accident. You had a flash of the main accident.
Oh God, yeah.
And you get back to the road, and he says, "Well, you want a Luna bar? I've got some." And he ruffles over your lap in the glove compartment.
Yeah, actually, I'm famished, and I eat it greedily.
Yeah, well, help yourself. There's a few things in there. There's a Mars bar too.
Is there a Cliff bar? I want a Cliff bar.
Cliff bars are my favorite. Well, yeah, you can. And he reaches into his front pocket and he hands one over to you. I like variety. Variety is the spice of life, so they say.
Right.
Right. I say. You guys talk for a little bit, and he just leaves the car engine running the entire time. He doesn't even turn it off. And eventually, you see some headlights.
Oh, thank you, Hank. It was nice to meet you. Thanks for the Cliff bar and the Luna bar, man. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And as you open the door, he kind of leans over and says, and just so we're clear,
I'm not going to say anything. No.
Okay, all right. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Just don't try not to. If you do kill any bears, do them with the, red eyes.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. All right. And he closes the door and drives off. And as he does,
I walk up to Sam and I get in greedily to the passenger seat and I sit down. Oh fuck, God! I just had the fucking worst conversation with some guy.
Oh my God! Don't tell me about bad conversations. My dad has been just
listen. I'm sorry.
Livid
about that
lately.
Okay, but what did you tell me you found? You said you found something else.
Oh well, there's that realtor. I looked into him, and his mother passed away 3 years ago in a car accident.
Yeah, I knew that. What's special about that?
How did you know that?
I spoke to my professor, Carnop.
Well, the weird thing was that the car she was driving, I don't know, maybe this isn't weird, and she's driving as she says that, was a self-driving car. It was one of those. I don't know if that's important.
Wait, the car she got into an accident was a self-driving car? Like it was an electronic car? Like a computer?
Yeah, I mean, the article that I read was all about the wave of the future. I mean, these are the first self-driving cars that really hit the market, right? So, there's still, people are still barking about that. But I thought it was kind of interesting because I don't really know. It struck me as something that I should tell you about. I don't know.
Yeah. No, thank you. No, you did good.
You're driving around, the bends, and you've got the beautiful pine trees on either side of the road, tall firs, and you're driving along, and you're looking around, and you realize that this is a very nice car, a new car. And she's got the GPS on and says, like, so where do you want me to drop you off? I'll put it into the GPS.
Oh, just drop me off at home. You don't need to use the GPS if you don't want to.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I don't need to. And you go, you know, a few more minutes and round another bend, and the voice of Alexa fills the car. Rerouting to Mountain Road 26.
What? No. Sam, I don't want to go that way.
No. I don't either. Alexa, no, reroute to Kelowna. Rerouting to Kelowna. Okay. Rerouting to Mountain Road 26.
No, I don't want to go there.
What the fuck? Anthony.
Pull over.
Anthony.
Pull over
I'm trying to pull over, Anthony.
And I reach over and I try grabbing the steering wheel from her and like turning it.
Yeah, and you crank the wheel, and there is nothing you can do. The car is strong. It is completely controlling you.
How fast are we going?
You're going at about 80 kilometers an hour, and it's staying on the road.
Christ.
It's staying perfectly on the road. It's a smooth ride.
Fuck. We need to get out of this car.
10 kilometers from your destination.
And
you are 9 kilometers from your destination.
I don't want to go there. We need to stop this car right now. Can you not hit the brakes? Hit the brakes.
I'm trying to hit the brakes. They're jammed.
And I'm like, fuck. And I grab I take my hand back and I try to break the window.
And you're thudding, and you are trying. Do a strength roll. Your destination is 6 kilometers away. Strength.
Let's do athletics, I guess.
Athletics.
So
okay.
2. Fail.
Your destination is 4 kilometers away.
Do you not have any way to stop this fucking car?
I'm trying. The emergency brake isn't doing anything. She pulls up the emergency brake, and the car seems to slow down by like maybe 5 to 10 kilometers per hour. And then the car, you can hear it revving even louder. And then the car picks up speed again. You are 3 kilometers from your destination.
And I go to feel for my gun. Do I still have my gun?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I pull it out. I gotta shoot this fucking dashboard, and I like point it at the board. I'm like, where's the computer chip in this car?
I don't know. It's my dad's car.
Can I do a roll?
2 kilometers from your destination. Yep.
Can I do
a roll?
Let me do an
I think,
intelligence.
investigation or intelligence.
Yeah, let's do intelligence.
You know cars pretty well, so I'm
gonna say 5. Intelligence, investigation.
Okay.
2 8s.
2 8s, perfect. So you do know where the chip is.
Okay. So I like aim the gun. I'm like, okay, look away, turn away as far as you can.
Okay.
And
and she's not even holding onto the wheel anymore. It's still steering.
I aim above where I know the chip is, and I fire.
And as soon as you fire, the car swerves, and Sam grabs the wheel quickly to try to veer back onto the road.
And I help her grab it.
And you help, and you're sliding forward through the asphalt on the side of this road, this Mountain Road 26, and the car finally veers off a little bit to the side, and you begin sliding down a ditch, and it feels like you're not going to get it back onto the road as the car has a hard stop into the ground.
Fuck.
Oh. You have arrived at your destination. Sam looks to you. And the car doors pop up and unlock.
And I barrel out of them. And I pull Sam out as well. Fuck, and I slam the door behind me.
It's never done that before, Anthony.
No, it hasn't. And I reload the gun, and I turn the barrel, and I put it back in its slot, and I say, something's fucked up. Something's wrong with the electronics. Something's wrong with the computers. Don't touch anything that has any sort of artificial intelligence or any sort of computer chip components. Just leave it.
And as you're talking to her, her eyes go wide.
What?
And as she stares behind you.
And I slowly turn around.
You turn to a thin, tall tree, just like the others. Its branches are spiked and jagged. At about 10 feet up the tree, slumped on a branch, is the body of Cole Parker. And we're going to end it there.
Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, Basilisk Chapter 2. Wow. Good job, Justin. Great game so far.
Thank you.
I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This is such a good... yeah, just no idea where it's going, and I'm really excited to see what happens next.
I'm excited too.
Good. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Basilisk, but the story's not over yet. We still have time for Endgame XP. Who deserves it? There's a lot of good people tonight.
I was not watching, so it's totally up to you.
It's all me. So many options. Man, I read a couple really funny ones and a couple really, really good ones. So many good puns tonight. Why don't you guys all decide who offered the best pun?
Oh,
and we will give it to them. Go. So many bear puns.
Bear puns.
You guys, yeah, they're all making puns about bears. So you guys decide on who had the best bear pun, and that will give Endgame XP to them. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been such a fucking blast. We are always having fun doing this stuff for you, so we're so glad that you could join us. Remember, next week we're going to announce the winner for the contest. We're going to be talking about the contest this week to let you know how you can win some beer and some labels, which is really, really fun. And hope you participate as much as you can. Kellen, they're all saying.
Oh yeah, Kellen? All right, yeah. Kellen it is.
Kellen, you win Endgame XP. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much once again for hanging out with us. You are fantastic. Justin, you are fantastic as well. I'm so excited to see you IRL, my friend. And and that is it from us. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a fantastic night. And as always, my buddy Justin likes to say...
We'll see you around the table.
We'll see you around the table, guys. Good night.